Greetings, boys and ghouls. I'm Sean with the Goosebumps Crew Podcast. You've asked for it, and now the Goosebumps Crew Podcast wants to deliver.
And you're in for a scare, because the Goosebumps Crew is proud to announce one weekend at Horrorland.
So get ready, my friends, for an event that celebrates the magic of horror literature like never before.
It's where you'll find like-minded fans of some of your favorite horror shows and movies, including some of the guests who've appeared on the Goosebumps Crew Podcast.
Our special guests, panels, and activities for fans of all ages will immerse you in an exciting and spooky atmosphere, sure to get you into the spirit of things.
But here's the thing, we can't do it alone. We need your support to bring this dream of ours to life.
By making a donation, you become an essential part of making this extraordinary event a reality.
And as a token of our appreciation, the Goosebumps Crew has prepared some extraordinary gifts and rewards exclusively for our backers.
So, my friends, join us on this magical journey where we will create a weekend filled with pure passion and shared love for the horror genre.
Please visit our Kickstarter donation page now. Let your passion ignite the flame that will make this event a reality.
Okay, now we're on.
Great. Welcome, everyone, fans of Toon Talk 2.0. I want to appreciate our two followers, my mom and my grandmother. Hopefully somebody put the podcast to my grandmother. She doesn't know how to use fucking YouTube. You know, it's funny, my grandma knows how to put YouPorn, but doesn't know how to put YouTube. Isn't that kind of sick? But anyway, I'm not going to go into details.
Apparently, grandma porn is big. I don't know this for a fact, but they wrote a book about it.
You got a poster behind you that says "Grannies Love."
There's no such poster behind me. Like, people can see, dude.
Gilf love. You know what?
Gilf love.
So I'm super excited.
This right here is a gilf-free zone.
Yeah. That's what your mom said the last night. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into that. Today's a really special day for us because I've been a fan.
Is it your coming out party?
No, dude. Let me present our guest, you motherfucker. Thank you. I
thought it was a grandmother fucker.
Hillbilly, stop.
You're confusing me. This is the whole show's fucked now.
Billy Bob Thornton wannabe, shut the fuck up. All right, so I got a guest that, let me rephrase that. I have a guest. I don't like you anymore, Jake. I have a guest that I've been a fan of this guy, not because of his thousands of followers, not for his millions of freaking views and likes in posts, because he's funny as hell. And he's a nerd like us. And he represents us really high. The king of nerds, Phil Taylor, is in the house. What's up?
Yeah. Hey, how's it going, brother? Thank you so much for having me. Sincerely appreciate it. You're way too kind, obviously, because I'm not that funny, but I'll take it.
I told you he was from Indiana.
You know what?
At this point, I'll take it. At my age, I'm just gonna take it. At this point, I can't not take it.
You know, funny that we keep quoting Jake's grandma. She said exactly the same. At my age, I will just take it.
She'll just take it. Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, there comes a time and a place where she just can't say no.
My grandmother would never have said such a thing.
Well, not to you. Obviously, she was a respectful lady.
It was like throwing a hot dog down the Lincoln Tunnel.
Which, by the way, before we get too far into the debauchery, I would just like to let everyone know this podcast is brought to you by both the Part of Your Broadway World podcast and One Weekend at Horrorland. We will touch on both of those later on in the podcast. But for right now, back to the hot dogs down the hallways.
Okay, now we're going to start talking about your family, bro. It's okay. We love you no matter what. We know that your family is a bunch of hosts, but we still love you, Jake.
Okay,
we know that you're good. Okay?
I do have a bone to pick with you. Speaking of penises, you
really go. You really gonna use those two phrases together with me? Man, yes. You're brave today.
Oh no, it was intentional.
Okay,
no, because
are you trying to excite him or not?
Oh no, he's gonna get legit.
Listen, under my desk. You heard that?
He's gonna get legitimately pissed at this. So do you remember when you were fishing for compliments in the WhatsApp group chat, and I told you that you had what was it, the word skill of Shakespeare and the dong of a gorilla?
Yes, sir.
You do know that the gorilla has one of the smallest penises relative to its size in the animal kingdom.
Yeah, but even Swiss bigger than you, so who the fucking cares?
No, sir.
You know
Gorilla.
what? It's funny.
Don't ask me how I know this, but on average,
comparing it to Children's Zoo again, guys. Yeah, there's
Let-
rules against that.
let me explain something for the people that doesn't know. I write all the freaking scripts of everything that happens in this freaking company. So everybody's like, "Oh, the video is amazing. The editing's amazing. Great, freak!" And nobody feels like, "Hey, great script." I've been silenced for freaking months, and I just say
Not.
once,
You
"Well,
have
the script
not.
wasn't that bad. The
You
script
have
wasn't
not.
that bad."
You
It's
were
like,
silent for 2 minutes.
well, you know what? Time
I'm
is
sure
a
it felt
different
like months to you.
conception for everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Time is relative.
You're watching too much
But
Interstellar, buddy.
yeah, well, yeah. But I watch it in Spanish, so it doesn't make sense either way.
Interstellar?
I don't even know, bro. But hey, Phil, thank you for being here. I'm gonna give you two options and you tell me.
All right.
You wanna we have two types of do things in here. I can go really deep, take the bandana and the glasses off, and go deep into Phil, or you want to have fun for 2 hours telling us how cool you are.
You want to go deep into Phil?
You're gonna have to look a lot more in my eyes and at least buy me dinner first.
I can do the
He's
blue
seen.
steel.
I need more eye contact and I need at least a steak.
Virus has
Okay.
watched How to Be a Latin Lover like 500 times, so look out.
Well, hold a second. Don't blame the player. Blame the game. I wrote it. What is wrong with you? I'm the stereotype of the Latino
You did
lover.
not write How to Be a Latin Lover.
You know, you don't know that. Prove me wrong.
Okay, IMDb. I'm gonna laugh my ass off if it's written by Matt.
You're gonna really believe
You got to see his
a
pen name as that
website
other person.
you're gonna really believe a website that is built inside Hollywood. Good job, man. It's better just as CNN is the same shit. Right? But anyway,
so your writing credits aren't legit?
my writing credits are legit, but no many in IMDb. You know that people, it's really funny. If you want to upload something in IMDb, you just go and upload it. It doesn't have a supervision. The only person that can say no is somebody else in the same production.
You do have to have IMDb Pro, though, correct?
Yeah, that means $22 a month.
No,
And
I'm
you
just
can
saying.
upload whatever you want. I'm just saying that
it's not like anybody
that IMDb
It's like
is
the movie.
not too
It's like
reliable.
Wikipedia. It's
Yeah,
Wikipedia.
Oh no!
but, you know,
Wikipedia. Let me tell you about fucking Wikipedia.
Jesus, bro, you just
Triggered.
on Jake.
Okay, so first of all, why the fuck are they still using archaic HTML to write a basic article? Like they can't fucking seriously.
But they want your money every single time you use it.
Which I'm okay
hold a
with,
second.
honestly.
Whatever
I've
that
never
Jake says,
donated, but-
Well, then get off of HTML though, dude. You know, I mean, if you're going to
fair.
donate,
Well, they can't get off
upgrade.
HTML because nobody gives them any fucking money.
Yeah, well, it's true.
Well, please, Wikipedia, don't listen to the jerk off of my co-host. I really want my Wikipedia up. It's been 2 months. I know it's gonna be 6 months. 6 months for a Wikipedia page to be approved. If
they
it gets
approve
approved. Can you believe that? 3 to 6 months.
Wow.
It's freaking annoying.
I thought it was going to be a couple hours, honestly.
I got boners that last longer. Anyway.
3 to 6 months.
Yeah, that's the time that it's gonna take.
I think you should have seen a doctor like years ago.
But you know what? I know where to hang my towels. It becomes a good way to hold my dog.
Is it just the hand towels, or is it like a towel?
No, like a towel. It's wet, man. I mean, after 6 months of a boner, man, you can do a lot of creative things. I'm starting to develop a new game called Cockball, right? Cockball. The serving is a cockball. It's a really difficult to do the serve, but when the ball is coming and going, it's kind of high alive, you know, handball. Pretty fun. They don't pay for.
I've heard a lot of handball. I might have played it a little bit of it myself. But
from time to time. Not
from
not
time to time.
professionally though. Just love the love of the game.
Well,
I
I mean,
think that every
depends if
man
you
has the
find
ability.
that space on Pornhub, you know, maybe it was professional, but you know, we won't tell.
It's a
You know
it's
what?
a
That one,
very
I
limited
got
roster.
two dreams. I got two failed dreams. I'm going to say that I've been doing a lot of things in my life: pop singer, movie, telenovelas, scriptwriter, live in Hollywood, right? Whatever. Two things I have failed. I wanted to be a Marine when I was 19, but I was living in another country, so I wasn't allowed.
Okay.
And I wanted to be a porn star. I really wanted it.
You can still make one of those dreams come true. I hear the US military is really desperate for enlistment.
So you're saying I cannot be a porn star? Really?
And
Anyway,
honestly, anybody with a cell phone can be a porn star nowadays. So I mean,
I
technically.
know, but I wanted to be like
That's like
because of my
anybody with a cell
because of
phone
my
can be a
age, I wanted
podcaster.
to be a yeah. Everyone with a cell phone can be a fucking podcaster. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, so we shut the fuck up, Phil. Please, the
Oh,
room is yours.
where to begin? I guess just my Instagram presence is where I'm basically known for. I mostly just I've been very quiet lately because um been dealing with a bunch of stuff and work and busy, so I've been kind of just sticking to memes and just goofing off with that. But ultimately speaking, I am a comic book, pop culture, you know, but mostly in that nerd area of Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Star Trek. I'm an equal opportunity nerd. You know, at the end of the day, I'm into a little bit of everything. As my friends would say, if it has the word star in it, Phil's probably loving it. So Star Trek, Stargate, Battlestar Galactica, you know, whatever the heck it may be. I'm a sci-fi nut in that regard. But during the beginning of COVID, I work in healthcare. And when I was working in their internal comms side of things, when COVID hit, I had just launched Teams to the organization. And so all of a sudden, that made me the expert in how to do a video meeting, how to do video broadcasts outside the organization, inside of it. And because they looked to me for that, I had to figure out how to do it. So I started setting up social media profiles, and I am not a medical professional. I work in the field, but I'm more of an ITIS guy, right? So I can't go in there talking about medicine. What can I talk about? I can talk about movies. At that time, Marvel was kind of just, you know, not even to end game yet. And there was a lot of other things going on out there. Star Wars was just talking about getting going with things like The Mandalorian and things of that nature. So there was a lot of hype going on, and I could really tune into that. And so I started getting into the comic book side of things, the collecting side of things, and my account just kind of happened to take off in some regards with that. But it was all
But
by accident, man.
yeah, but it took off big. I mean, you have 122,000 followers, but your last you have a post there that has 3.5 million likes. That's massive, man.
Oh yeah, no, I've got some weird ones out there. Yeah, there's it's been good. I'm not going to lie. But I do chalk up a lot of it just to I stopped caring a while ago, right? Like what everybody thought, what everybody was doing, where I needed to be, what exactly was my lane, things of that nature. And it just turned into, you know, what am I having fun doing? I'm having fun talking about A, doing B, and you know, connecting with people that enjoy all the above. And that's really where I just started going with it. I stopped trying to be beholden to only one thing, to only
And I
one
love it.
niche. I expanded my horizons in that aspect to get out of just comics and be more broad collectibles. So I started talking about Legos. I started talking about Funko Pops. I started talking about popcorn buckets. I started talking about, you know, movies in general and TV shows and things of that nature. And that's when it started to take off. I had been in comics for probably 2.5, 3 years, and I topped out at what was in the Instagram community pretty top tier, around 10 to 15,000 followers. That was kind of
Yeah.
like as high as you could go in Instagram and just be talking about comic books. And that's when I was just like, well, this isn't what I want to do. and I need to be able to find a way to start to monetize and do things that I enjoy, and turn this into something that's worth my time and all this effort. And that's when I started getting into more of the collectible side of things, broaden the base a little bit. And now I get to, go to conventions and talk about stuff on panels, and I get to host other different shows. I get to get invited to things like this with you guys because all of a
Yes.
sudden,
Yeah, we're sorry.
which by the way, when is that check going to get in the mail for showing up?
You
Oh
know
yeah,
what?
you are not legal. You can talk to the legal.
We gotta talk to
The
the guy.
connection
We
is
gotta talk
dropping
to the
out.
guy.
You're
Is the
chopping
thing.
out. You start
You know,
chopping. It's like you say your name was Phil.
I'm connected.
he only works on February 30th.
Oh, okay, good. All
Me
right.
not talking English. Me not talking English. Um.
But no, it's
So
just been fun. Sorry, go ahead, brother.
Okay,
no.
digo,
So I was gonna ask you. Because we have a big thing. That guy is to your left of me. He loves Star Trek, and I don't dislike. Let me be clear. I don't dislike Star Trek. I
you always
like it.
say this.
Okay.
You make it
Like
sound like I
shut the
hate
fuck
Star
up.
Wars. You always
You know
make it
what I
sound like I
hate
hate
Star
Star
Trek?
Wars.
Because you're like a Spock. You never shut the fuck up. Let me talk.
If you
Okay?
would be fucking logical once.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. You don't know the
Sorry
Force.
for
But
that
I'm a Star
emotional
Wars
outburst.
fan.
Uh-huh.
I'm a Star Wars fan. I like Star Trek. Don't take me wrong. But I always say that Star Wars is better than Star Trek in several things. Maybe, maybe I will say that Star Trek is cool in some things more than Star Wars. So you're an specialist on both. So if you had to choose one franchise to disappear from the history of Earth, which one will be, Star Wars or Star Trek? I know that's a hard one.
That is a hard one. That is a very hard one. And I
It's
say
not
it
that
because of
hard.
this. I say it, well, I say it because I am a person that likes to live in both worlds because I enjoy them both. For me, Star Wars was my childhood. That was the first live action film I ever saw, was Return of the Jedi. I saw it with my dad. And it's been important that every single Star Wars movie that's come out since, every single midnight showing, I have taken my dad to, and even made it a multi-generation thing of taking my dad and my daughter to every single time
Of
a new
course.
movie Star Wars comes out at the movie theaters. However, Star Trek at the same time too was something we would watch on TV. It never had the same panache at the movie theaters. We didn't care about it the same way, but we always enjoyed the series. But what I liked about Star Trek though versus Star Wars was very visceral and very it gave me it was very fanciful. It gave me a lot of fantasy vibes. I could imaginate, all kinds of, in the middle of the day, like what would it be like if I had a lightsaber right now in the middle of class, and what would it be like if I had a jetpack like Boba Fett and Beskar armor and things of that nature. But I could go home and watch an episode of Star Trek and I could actually feel good about the world around me, because I think that Star Trek in that regard is more of an optimist show. And I know that as a person who's gone through a lot and has a family who's gone through a lot, a daughter on chemo, things of that nature. Like once in a while, I need some fucking good news, right? I need something to kind of vibe with, where I'm just like, humanity doesn't completely suck. Maybe we'll figure this out. When I'm
Yeah.
seeing everybody like freaking out on the internet about whatever the hell it is today, like we're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. I watched an episode of Star Trek, and I'm like, maybe we will make it. Maybe we can,
just
so for
might.
me it's kind of like one of those things where I need both in different ways, because one is that creative, one is that very imaginative universe where I get to go and I live in and I'm a child again. And the other one is that place where I can look to as an adult and think like, my God, maybe there's going to be a place for my daughter one day in this world,
Yeah.
in the future. Maybe we'll figure some things out. So for me, I kind of need both. But if I had to erase one, because that was your question, I guess, and this is gonna be hard. This is gonna be very hard for me, but I guess I would have to erase. I'd have to erase Star Trek, and I only say that just because I believe my
You don't have to give an
creativity.
option.
Well, I
You
think
don't need
I
to
think like
explain.
my creativity and things of that nature and the imagination that I get sparked from, I could eventually still maybe imagine my own happy future of something like that. Or maybe
Yeah.
Star Wars would finally get its shit together and there would be some piece in that base of the universe where I could look forward to something. But I mean, I know at the same time too, if it was Star Trek versus Star Wars, Star Trek is like on the civilization scale a 3, and Star Wars is like still like a 0.8.
Yeah.
Star Trek would wipe the floor with the Star Wars universe. It would be like there'd be just beam out the entire planet, drop a Borg situation on them, and Star Wars has no freaking hope. They're technologically
Hold a second. If
so
we
far
cover
behind.
that little hole, right, in the
what?
in the if we cover that little hole in the Death Star, we can fucking destroy Star
Well,
Trek.
they don't even remember though
no,
too.
no,
They
no.
don't even have phasing shields in that universe. We could just drop a photon torpedo anywhere we went on. We could actually
Yeah, but we
could
do this on
actually
the Force.
we could beam it inside Darth Vader's asshole and
Hey,
blow it up.
watch out, watch out, watch out. You can talk shit about annoying Leia. I'm with you. You can talk shit about Luke. But Darth Vader is the coolest guy on earth. I hope, first of all, sorry about your daughter. Everything gonna be all right. We're all gonna be keep putting together things and good energy for that to happen. Second, thank you for choosing Star Wars. You explained it really good. Star Wars was the first movie that I was a year old. I don't remember when the premiere was, right? So they took me the first time this persona, right, came into a movie theater was to the premiere of Star Wars. So that
Cool.
holds something really strong for me because I born in 1976. The movie was released in 1977.
Yep.
You're right,
So
Justin. Star Wars does not have teleporter technology,
tell
transporter
tell
technology.
Justin to shut the fuck up. He got his own podcast. I'm talking
I
now.
had an entire episode debate on this, believe me. So I've done my research.
But you put it
It's
correctly. Star Wars is the fantasy land. Is the place that we all wanna
Yeah.
have a lightsaber. We all wanna have a best friend Wookiee, right? We all wanna have there you go.
Nice.
Okay. I always want to have a dog that looks like a freaking Ewok. Look at that beauty.
I have the press kit from 1977 from our local newspaper.
That's
Nice.
fantastic, man.
Dude,
All
yeah,
I'm
so I'm
saying-
just doing this while you're talking. You keep talking.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing up
All-
images.
all
for
I'm
you.
Yeah,
saying,
so then,
Virus.
I haven't finished, Jakey boy. I'll let you talk in a second.
Okay, because I will defeat you.
I really like Star Trek. Like I say, I don't dislike it. But the story that was created for the Western culture of movies in that adventure schematic is what's got Hollywood going on in that area. So if we remember before Star Wars, movies weren't done like this. I'm talking a cinematic way of doing movies. The way to be stubborn and protect your idea and pay your dues doing American Graffiti, and then allow with just $12 million. That's a lot of money back in the day, but not enough to make what they did. Because you watch the other movies and they look fake.
Yeah.
What he accomplished with a simple story that we've seen so many times: the Beast, the Adventurer, the Art, the apprentice Paladin, the Wizard, and the Prince and the bad guy. Is the story that we've seen it so often, but he did that beautiful twist. And I must say, if I need a franchise to disappear, I will take the Star Trek 2. However, I really love the new movies. And from the original movies, Khan is my second or third favorite villain from the original movies. Khan, Ricardo Montalban.
They did it bad. They did it so
In
bad.
the new ones, they did it bad. We argue a lot about this, Phil, because
I still love Benedict Cumberbatch though. So I mean, at the end of the
do.
day,
I think he did. I think he did just fine, but it was the way the whole script was written. It didn't make any sense whatsoever. And it's funny because I'm fine with references where if it's a nod and a wink
triggered
to
him.
the fans. Well, no, I'm just saying if it's a nod, if it's a wink and a nod to the fans, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
they everything that was a wink and a nod was the stuff that was essential to the story. And somebody who isn't familiar with Star Trek would be like, what the fuck is going on? And then everything that could have been a wink and a nod became like a central plot point to his character.
Yeah.
It was all wrong. And Justin, I know you think you just made a good point.
Justin is a fervent fan of us, and he always writing. So
well,
we
Justin,
really appreciate.
Yeah, Justin says, just saying there isn't a $6,000 Star Trek hotel. However,
But
you
there's
and
no
I,
longer a Star
Thank you,
Wars one
Justin.
either.
but Justin, you and I both know that the only reason Disney didn't try to buy Star Trek is because Paramount's not stupid enough to sell it to anyone because they know what a cash cow it is.
Well, they're stupid because they did other shows. But okay, going back to Star Wars and Star
I
Trek,
don't
because we're gonna be
know.
dealing with a lot of things. Just for the records, I really want your opinion on
Yeah.
this film. I always believe, and I people think that I'm joking, but I really think the real hero on Star Wars is Darth Vader, Anakin. He's the story of Anakin. I believe that it's stupid that a 17-year-old kid comes and tries to move the Force because he fall in love with a man for knowing him
Well,
2 days.
Like Anakin Skywalker
I
in
mean,
Revenge of the
Anakin
Sith.
becoming Vader and then regressing back to Anakin and leaving
Yeah.
that all behind, that entire arc, that full circle to
Yeah.
and the fruition and actually fulfilling the prophecy, right? That the Jedi kind of interpreted but misinterpreted. Everybody kind of misinterpreted except even Sidious, but somehow he came back. It's I do see that. I do see that. I do see that Anakin became the hero at the end of it. But I know at the same time too, Anakin caused a lot of damage as well. But I mean, his family
Yeah, I
line
mean, he
in
killed
him.
a couple of kids in the way. I mean, America loves second chances. I killed some
Well, I
kids.
mean, Luke
Let me
killed
go
more with the
back.
Death Star, let's be honest. But I mean, I'm
Let's be
pretty
honest.
sure
That start.
Vader sent
Yeah.
a lot more down. I'm pretty sure Vader
Not,
sent a few down too.
not to get on current events, but everyone on the Death Star was military personnel,
Yeah.
unless I'm
Well,
mistaken.
no. Actually, it's never been
There
explained.
was also
But the
sciences and other things on there
Well, I
too.
yeah,
know,
there
but
So
were
they
there
all
were
were
families.
they
civilians.
were all members of in the Imperial, what would you call it,
Well,
Imperial
I mean,
Navy?
basically the entire empire was militarized if you were on
Yeah,
a
and that's So
it wasn't like Starfleet where you can have
So
family.
I'm
you're saying
sure.
that? Are you saying that soldiers don't matter, Jake? That's exactly what you're saying.
No, but you can't compare a station full of soldiers in the middle of a war to massacring children.
So were you saying that soldiers don't matter? That's exactly what you're saying.
No, you are
Extra.
putting words into my
Jake
mouth.
Well,
doesn't
I
want to
mean,
support the
technically these were
army.
children soldiers. They had lightsabers. They were training at the same time too. These were child soldiers. I mean, the Jedi were kind of like war
Okay,
criminals in some ways.
okay,
They
You
had
know what,
child
okay. You
soldiers.
know
Bill?
what?
From this
I'll
moment,
yeah.
you're welcome to Toon Talk. Jake, you're gone. I love his
I was
perception.
agreeing with him, but okay.
I know. I'm just messing with
I think
you.
we're all on the same page. Like it's a little when you think about it, but it's
Well,
basically
Yeah,
like the
because
the
Jedi
thing
would
is,
go
I
around the
can't
universe, be like,
I can't
"Hey, I
believe
think
I'm yeah.
I think your kid's gifted. We're gonna take them." By the
we're
way,
gonna weaponize the kid. Your kid looks interesting. Here's a weapon. Kill somebody. I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna give them a
The stuff.
lightsaber and make them basically space police,
For
and you'll
the,
never get to see them again. Are you okay with that?
the Force
But your
Liberation
kid is
Army.
not gonna have fun. He will not understand sex. He can't find love, right? And he needs to wear a robe.
How the hell
Of
did
course,
they
he's gonna
sell
go crazy.
families on this? How the hell did they sell a family?
Technically, the Jedi's never said no sex,
They
No
did.
attachments.
no
No
attachments.
attachment.
They didn't say you couldn't fuck.
Kumundi's got what, 6 wives? The guy with the really tall head.
Yeah.
It's a Kumundi. I can't remember his
Yeah, I
full name.
remember
Is it
the
Apologies.
one
Key?
with the blonde hair.
Is
But
it Ki-Adi
he
Mundi?
he has multiple wives, but that's a part of his, I don't know,
Culture.
like his culture and everything else. But I mean, at the same time, I think that's also because he joined the academy late, perhaps. I can't remember
Oh,
why it
so
was cool for him,
they
but not
go
for anyone else.
they go by Catholic rules. You can be married as a priest if you were married before you joined the clergy.
I really think that
Half go to science, half to stay.
I think that Anakin becoming Darth Vader bring balance to the galaxy because
no.
it wasn't a big war.
Mhm.
And then his dumb kid came to the point and tried to destroy the whole empire that he worked really hard, even sacrificing his own life and his wife to have balance in the universe. And then this kid that fall in love with a beard guy, not offense to any one of you, that barely knows for 2 days. Probably they were having a homosexual relationship, Obi-Wan and Luke, I'm pretty sure.
If they
And
knew
they
each other for
suddenly,
2 days, okay.
hey, dude, you find a boyfriend in a bar in
He
2
was
seconds.
watching him as a child. I don't think
Oh,
so.
that
You see,
that
that's
didn't
not
help.
perfect. You're not helping.
I don't know.
I've
I
been
don't
watching
know.
you from a
It was
child.
like babysitting. I don't see it. I
You
don't
can
see
see
it.
that. Luke, move to the
I
left, Luke.
but I do kind of wonder though. I do wonder though if Vader had found Leia before Vader had found Luke. If Vader had
Oof.
found Leia, would he have turned to the light side sooner? Because Leia has so much of Padme in her. I
Yeah.
believe I believe that if Vader had found Leia, that he may have turned back to the light side first,
You know
due
what?
to
I
the fact
actually
that would
see
have
it
Padme would have pulled him out.
opposite. I
I was
think that
gonna
Leia
say
will turn to the
don't.
dark side.
Oh,
You
I
what?
think Leia will turn to the dark side.
just my 2 cents coming from the Star Trek guy. I would think no, because Padme couldn't turn him back to the light side. You know, he
Yeah, but
choked
he's
her out with his
older.
mind.
But
But
he's
it was
older.
his
He's older
anger
now.
that
He's
thinking
older,
he
but he's
killed
been
her
yeah.
and everything else. I don't know, man. I mean, after reading the comics, all the books, all the way that he missed so much and he realized how much he screwed
He's
up too.
older.
That
He's
was a
older
part of
too.
his anger as
Yeah.
well. And his loss of his family. I think that him seeing Leia and how much like she's like Padme. I'm just saying like how much she is like as her political leanings, the way she can be such a bee when it comes to bullheadedness and stubbornness and ideation and what she's able to get done as just that bee too, right? Like she is that bitch. No matter what's going on, like you watch don't that one, no, leave her alone
Yeah.
because she'll come at you. That's Leia, just like her mother. And I think that that would have really I think that that would have triggered something in Vader that would have been a lot harder for him to pursue and just try to be constantly trying to turn to the dark side. I feel like Leia would have been that one thing that could have been starting to pull him back. That's just
So
my personal feelings.
Yeah.
Disney creatives, please. You can make everyone
Do a
happy if you
what
do a
if.
what if.
They're
Yeah.
not gonna do
If
that.
you do a what if,
They're
hold
gonna
on a
turn
second.
Darth
Well,
Vader
you know
into a
what?
woman
No,
and
no,
make
no,
her
wait, wait,
gay.
wait. But what if they do a one season of what if? They will correct many mistakes that had been done, and it will
I've heard that they're
satisfy the
actually
fans.
developing that. I've heard that they're
Hopefully,
actually developing something like a Star Wars what if. But I think it's kind of being explored like through the Lego side. With
yeah.
what they're producing with like Darth Jar Jar and things of that nature. They've got a few things going with that. And if Rey was dark, because they're making like a Lego set with it now too. So a lot of these fan theories and other different kinds of concepts that are going out there, they're making a Lego thing from with, Jedi Bob and all the fun stuff. I feel like they might be doing that. They might be doing that.
Let me ask you something. So Dark Jar Jar
Darth Jar
is
Jar.
totally will be the opposite of the original Jar Jar, right?
It
So the
depends.
theory is that Jar Jar Binks was a Sith the entire
I,
time because at
I
every
know the
pivotal
theory.
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you know the theory. Yeah. So I mean, yeah. Essentially, he would be he would come out at the end. He would still be the clumsy, silly. Then all of a sudden, you would realize it's just an act,
Yeah, it's
and
always an
he
act.
just comes out serious AF. And
Because he's an initiator of the whole thing.
yeah,
He told them where to
every
go,
time,
what to do, every time.
every time, every
And
time.
then he finished in power because he gave his trust. Yeah, I mean that theory is really interesting.
Yeah. Look at what he did in the
Well,
Phantom Menace and all the little parts and pieces that he played in and that he had a part of,
He
and then
just
you just
so
kind of realize like,
happened to be there when Qui-Gon just
happened
happened to
to
be
take
running
them
through.
under the water,
Yeah.
happened to become Padme's best friend, happy to
mhm.
always have the stupid answer to avoid responsibility.
The one
Sounds like Biden.
who put in the vote of no what is it?
The vote of no confidence.
No confidence. Yep. And so I mean,
And voted for the emergency powers for Palpatine as well.
yeah.
Oh no,
So
actually no. Padme put in the vote of no confidence. Jar
what
Jar
what are
put in
Jar
the
Jar
vote for
Binks?
emergency powers.
Jar Jar
Yes,
Binks'
but that was a part
initials
of
are
it. Yeah.
JB.
Yeah. What's that?
Jar Jar Binks' initials are JB,
Mm-hmm.
just like
JJB.
our president.
JJB.
I see the
JJB.
reference.
Similar mental capacity too.
I know that I'm saying.
Oh.
I just say it sounds like Biden all the
Misa!
way.
Misa on a stage! You want me to talk?
Oh Lord.
I
This is
stay
not
out
a
of politics.
political. This
the
is not a
bosses,
political one.
the bosses are terrible things to me.
But okay, so that is settled. Star Wars over Star Trek if you have to choose.
If I
not,
had
you
to
give a
choose,
beautiful.
if I had to, I don't want to. I mean, at the end of the day, I've got a Star Trek uniform and I've got a Mandalorian uniform and I've got a Mandalorian outfit.
And
So I mean, I love both.
I will say this, Virus. The Mandalorian uniform is cooler.
Then Boba Fett.
You know what? But let me tell you something. I don't want to sound like I tried to make peace with it. The order that they have in a Star Trek is something that I love. Yes, you have rebels. The command structure. We have a company together. I love the command structure. I really love Spock. With my first metal band, actually have a song called Spock Last Journey that it was never been released, but we use parts of Spock. Yes, Jake, you haven't. Maybe you have it back there. But I was a fan. I was a fan. But Star Wars is still.
At the end of the day, you just got to go where your heart is, and a lot of that gets pulled from nostalgia. We were children when a lot of that really took off.
And did you like the Return of the Jedi?
Oh, I liked it. I mean, I was like 9. You know.
Oh yeah, when that happened, when it happened, I loved it.
Yeah.
But that's the one that I like the least of everything, including the new ones.
Oh, I think the one I still dislike the most, the absolute most, is probably episode 8 and episode 1. Those are the two that
episode 1 is heavy.
Thank you.
I get.
There's my favorite one is weird, but my favorite one is Empire Strike Back. Totally.
Yeah, that's
for many
1.
Personal reasons. And my second one that is a surprise for a lot of fans when I talk to them is Rogue One.
Yep, absolutely.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, 100%. That's my 2 favorite.
Empire Strikes Back and Rogue One are the best. 100%.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
Not a hot take. That's 100%. I think that's very.
But you see, that's
solid.
It's a solid, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And
the
new ones, I don't dislike them because I will have this argument with Jake all the time.
I don't dislike them. I just like some more than them. And that's the main thing. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of Star Wars fans out there that are just like, if you like that, you're not a Star Wars fan. There's this bullshit freaking like in my opinion, this is something that is a bit more of a very young millennial and Gen Z issue. The people that grew up with the prequels, that think the prequels are God and that think the prequels are everything. Because there's some people that really do. And I feel like it's that community of the world, because those of us that came in with the OGs, we already got threatened. We already had our internet blow ups in our weird little our weird little, chat rooms where we could about the prequels when they came out and what we didn't like about why is Anakin so whiny? Why is he a little kid? Darth Vader's supposed to be scary. Who's this Jar Jar Binks? We had our crappy, crazy blowouts that we got to. And now the internet, I think it's just the younger generation, the prequel generation that's freaking out about it. Meanwhile, the rest of us that have seen the other movies, that lived through the crap with the prequels too, can just kind of look back at it and be like, y'all need to chill the fuck out. It's really not that bad. And you know what? Whether you like it or not, people are going to like it, and kids are going to grow up with it, and they're going to see it, and they're going to fall in love with it. And in 15, 20 years, just like what happened with the prequels, they're going to have their own momentum and their own moment. And they're going to be calling out the prequels in their own way too, just like people are trying to call out the original trilogy. It's all secular, man. People just need to chill out. I really like.
I even like Kylo Ren, to be honest with you. Jake doesn't like them, but I think
I like Adam Driver.
Yeah, no, I love Adam Driver.
But let me. You and me had the opportunity, at least in the Empire Strike Back, not in Star Wars for our age, to see Darth Vader and feel that, holy shit, this guy is bad. But if I were 5 years old and I watched Kylo Ren getting angry in a room, smashing his sword, I will feel the same.
Yeah, I would get it.
I will get it. It's not enough for us, but it's enough for a kid. And like you say, in 25 years, that guy will be, let's say, well, Darth Vader was obsolete, but Kylo Ren, man, that was like crazy.
Yeah.
It's just that cycle.
It'll happen. It will happen.
Yeah, but Darth Vader never threw a temper tantrum. That's
It
why I don't
did.
like. No, he did not like
It
Kylo
did.
Ren. Not like Kylo Ren did.
They're
Not
different
like Kylo Ren,
generations.
but he threw his own
when he,
temper tantrums and when he
of
started
course,
choking out politicians inside the ready room in the first step in A New Hope, where he was
yeah.
just, where they were going back and forth and Tarkin came in like a watchdog and had to say like, Vader, knock it the fuck off. Stop trying to kill the
Stop telling him how big
leaders.
is his dick.
Like we get it. He's stupid. Stop
He got
choking.
a small dick.
I will say the best Kylo Ren moment is, and I don't like modern SNL that much, but they do have gems
Oh,
every
yeah.
now and again. The undercover boss with Kylo Ren,
That was so
It's very
great.
good.
Adam
That
Driver
was so
nailed
great.
it. So what do
That
you
was
think
so
about
great.
Kylo Ren? And then the one guy's like, you know what? I think he's doing a good job. Yes.
Yes, yeah, it's really good.
And he gets
Adam Driver,
promoted. There's like, yeah, we all know it's Kylo Ren. I don't fucking know. It's
I I just watched the new movie that he released as Ferrari from the movie
Oh yeah, how was
Ferrari.
it? How
He's
was it?
If you're a fan of Ferrari like me, right,
Mhm.
you will like the movie. If you're not a fan of cars, you're gonna get bored
Okay.
because there's a lot of things as a fan that you're gonna be like, oh, I know that. Oh, look at that bottle. Oh shit, that happened. But it's a boring, slow movie. If you're not a fan of the cars, everybody knows here that I love Ferrari over every brand.
No, I can
The
get
people
that.
that
I can stand behind that 100%. Yeah, I'm just I don't know. I enjoy a good quality film, and
it's
as
a
long
good
as it's a
quality
good,
film
as long as it's
as
a good
people
movie, I'll
that
be
we do
okay.
entertainment. It's a good movies in Hulu. I think we have somebody that's gonna come to say hello, right, Jake? I just got a notification for our producers, but
Oh,
you let him come anytime. Um, Now we talk about Star Wars and Star Trek.
uh-huh.
I appreciate that. Now I'm gonna make it tougher for you.
Oh God, are you gonna talk like
Favorite
Battlestar
comic
Galactica and
of
Stargate One?
Oh no, Battlestar
Oh,
Galactica all
okay.
the way. They don't even compete. Come on,
Fuck yeah.
please. So whoever that doesn't say that is because he's younger than 30 years old, right? Battlestar Galactica. Look at, oh yeah.
Right there.
I have in my other place the original in the box, the original droid. Remember the bad guys?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
What is the name?
yeah,
I
yeah.
love that thing.
The Cylons.
Um, the
Fun,
silent.
fun fact. Everybody forgot it was their 20-year anniversary. Everybody
Wow.
fucking forgot.
I yeah.
I
I'm
was the
sorry.
only person, me and my friend were the only two people on all of Instagram and the internet that remembered the anniversary of the first episode of the reboot, right? And after that,
Wow.
I made this big tribute post and the entire cast followed me. It was fucking
That's
great. It
fantastic.
was just like,
That's
oh,
oh
It's
yeah,
like,
that's awesome, man. Uh,
it was cool. Like Katie Sackhoff had me in her stories and shit. It was just like, Bo-Katan loves me.
I love Battlestar Galactica. Changed my life. You know what other changed my life? And
What's
probably
that?
that's what I'm in entertainment. Buck Rogers.
Oh yeah, yeah,
But a lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
people don't remember. It's
Bitty
all
bitty
as
bitty bitty bitty. Yeah.
yeah. A lot of people don't remember that. And V of Victory. Remember that one?
Oh yeah, V. Oh,
V.
V was crazy with the reptile with the
V
people that
was
the reptile
the
people.
reptiles.
They
But
should remake
when
that.
it
That could use a
they
reboot.
did it, they did a remake in 2001, and it's really bad.
Well, that's why I remember it was like that's why I mean like it deserves something better than whatever
Yeah, it
happened. I
deserves a
think it was done by
movie. Probably
NBC.
deserves a movie, a
Yeah.
strong movie. Yeah, I
Hmm.
remember that. That shocked me. I was probably 4, so that means you were born,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
were
I'm
so
79.
it's
So yeah.
yeah, so yeah, but so you were 1. But yeah, I remember that growing up in different parts of the world and with older brothers, I just watched adult entertainment. So
Hmm.
I mean, not that kind of adult entertainment. You know what I mean? Like
Just the
science
kind you
fiction
wanted
and
to
things.
be in. I mean, that's why
Yeah,
you wanted to be in it so bad. It's such a
I
when
know.
I grow up, I'm gonna be that pizza delivery guy with the sausage pizza coming in the door
I
every
got
day.
the face that Patrick Dempsey, but not in the porn one. But so let me
Okay,
go.
you're
Let me
asking about
go.
comic books. Sorry.
Favorite DC comic book or superhero? Let's start superhero.
Okay. When it
Tough
comes to
one.
DC,
Yeah.
I think I don't want to go
Tough.
cop out. So I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna go with any of the Trinity. I'm not gonna go with any of the Trinity. I'm gonna try and keep it out of the main Justice League. So I'm gonna try and do a little bit deeper. I think my uh, it's close. is close. I think my favorite hero would be probably John Constantine, or and I'm a big
Surprising.
Zatanna fan. I'm a big Zatanna
Oh,
fan.
Satana.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you watched the Justice League Dark Apocalypse
Yes.
War? Oh,
Yeah.
I was not.
Really good.
Don't get me wrong, I loved it, but I was not ready for that shit. I was not
No,
used to
I was
that.
not either.
I
Seeing
was
people
like,
get
oh
ripped
my
in half and
god!
shit.
It's like fuck. I
First
described
5
it to
minutes,
my
I was like,
no. I described it to my friend. I was like, dude, you got to watch this because he's a big Constantine fan too.
yeah.
And I'm just like, dude, but you're gonna love it. Everybody fucking dies.
HBO,
Well,
right?
Yeah.
I thought I screwed up and started something. I thought there was like a part I missed because all of a sudden,
Me too.
when everybody was just like, "What happened?" I'm like, did I just watch the end of the movie? What?
There's that one, and then Flashpoint Paradox, which is older, but
Wow.
like that one's brutal too.
Flashpoint
The first one.
Paradox is like a Star Wars for animation movies. The original is fantastic. But let me go back. So you say
Sorry,
Satana and who else?
Constantine, John Constantine.
You know, I
and
never
Zatanna.
feel attached to them. For me, even I try to step away from the Trinity, and it's not in the Trinity. My favorite one will be Kyle Rayner from the Green Lantern, from the Green Corps.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
No, I have a lot of respect for the Lanterns, 100%.
I just like Kyle. I don't even like Hal Jordan.
See, what's funny is
I
I'm
get
the
that.
opposite. I like the
that.
whole Green Lantern core concept.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I like all the lanterns of I like that concept about the idea behind
Jessica Cruz and the whole
but not even just the Green Lanterns. I like Saint
The Blue
Walker and
Lantern,
the Blue
the Red
Lanterns, the Red
Lanterns
Oh,
Lanterns,
yeah.
are amazing.
Atrocitus. Like, I was one of the few people that absolutely loved Green Lantern the animated series. Razor
That was
Razor
good.
was a great fucking character, and they brought him
He
back
was
in
too
Young
childish,
Justice.
but he was really good.
You know what? You
I
say
never
that,
watched it. I
but
won't lie. I never saw it.
You say that it was childish, but let's remember, I think it's in the first episode that we see one. It's the first or second episode where we see one of the Outer Rim Green Lanterns literally sacrifice his life, and like you
No,
watch him die.
I'm not saying that it's an infant thing, but the resolution of everything as a writer. But I like it. I mean,
that's fair.
To be
because
honest,
it is.
If somebody give me a ring, I will be a Red Lantern. Because I'm angry all the fucking time, so I will be a fucking good Red Lantern. I don't think I could be a good Green Lantern. Let's be honest. I wouldn't.
I don't know what I'd be actually.
I don't know. You kind of don't choose though.
No.
No. But you know what I mean. I know it kind of chooses you, but I think it will choose me to be a Red Lantern. I will be a kick-ass Red Lantern.
I brought up Razor because they brought him back in the latest season of Young Justice, and that was so cool. As a fan, that was so awesome.
Young Justice is really good. Young Justice
is great. Young Justice is
fantastic. Underrated and underfunded.
Do you remember around 2002? They released a comic book, and when I say the name, everybody will connect it with Nightfall. But Azrael, their whole line of comics, I still have the first 2 years, and I love Jean-Paul Bailey after Nightfall when he goes and become Azrael again. I love it. I don't know if you guys have the chance to read that. Azrael is a really good one. I really like that guy.
It's I mean, he's definitely a character. I'm also a Jason Todd fan. I'm a big Red Hood fan.
Totally.
I've got a Red Hood cosplay. I do.
I cried when I read Dead in the Family. I remember I cried.
Oh, my literal
Dead in the Family.
Yeah, my literal favorite Batman movie period is Under the Red Hood. And
But you know what?
Everyone.
I got the chance to read the comic. I had the opportunity to buy month by month and then got the compendium. And I remember when I saw Bruce, I still got that feeling when you saw Bruce carrying Jason Todd of the warehouse. I was devastated. I was like, what? I remember I went back and read it again and went back. And in my mind, I was what? 12? 13?
Nobody thought nobody thought the fans were going to kill him. Nobody thought
exactly. I was going to say that, but it was the first voting, like we have now in internet normal. It was the first real voting for somebody. I sent a letter. I was in Mexico at that time, so I sent a letter, and I hopefully it counts, right? But I say no. I want him to leave. It was really hard for me to for him to die. For all the people that are watching and seeing us, Jason Todd, better known as the second Robin, if I'm correct, yeah, the second Robin.
Yes.
The fans decided under a letter. Back in the day, the comics have a letter at the end, a letterhead with all the editors'
I think it was a phone
questions.
call in. I thought it was a phone
I don't remember. I tried to remember. So people read that editorial, and people can send their letters, talk about, they publish some letters. And once they decide, you know what, we're going to let you choose if Jason Todd lives or dies. And at the end of the year, the final counting is the comic that is going to get released. And I, like you say, can't believe that fans choose to kill him, because it wasn't the Joker, it was the fans. And that was painful. Yeah, that's what it was.
It was, yeah,
but you know,
just the way you said,
I mean,
it was
the
funny.
Joker, and the way that the crowbar hitting him, this gonna hurt you more than it hurts me. I mean, that's the whole iconography and comicology involving that in that full compendium is fantastic.
I mean, people had to pay 50 cents on this phone call to vote, right?
Yeah.
And it was a 1-900 number. They paid 50 cents a call. And the crazy thing is, though, too, that Jason Todd the voting was close enough. It was 72 votes that.
And it was a letter system too.
It wasn't a lot.
Letters and calls, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy. But then that gave us the Red Hood. That is an amazing comic. The Red Hood is really good because the Lazarus Pit, for all the people that know Batman, obviously, Ra's al Ghul put him in the. It's so much fun, and
he's fun. He's kind of like a Punisher. He's like Batman Punisher, you know.
It's a real Batman.
That's what I kind of like about him. He's kind of Batman Punisher, you know.
Yeah, I like that.
That's what.
But what about Marvel? What about your favorite Marvel superhero? And that's gonna be tough.
Despite the fact I'm wearing my Rogue shirt right now.
There you go.
Marvel's tough too.
What do you think?
This is like choosing children, right?
I know what children I would choose.
You know, I do have to say that, and it just has a lot of deeper meaning for me. But I would have to say Spider-Man is my number one.
Yeah.
And that has a very.
What is Spider-Man? What year is Spider-Man? Because there's so many now.
Well, I mean, you're talking about actor Spider-Man, right? I mean, like.
No. Comic Spider-Man.
Yeah. No, it's still Peter Parker. Peter Parker's still.
No, but
Spider-Man.
what I mean that we have Ben Reilly, then we have.
No, I mean the Peter Parker. I'm not talking about Ben Reilly. I'm not talking about Miles Morales. I think
you might be asking like Amazing Spider-Man or Spectacular Spider-Man.
No. What I'm asking is if I remember well, because it's really hard for me to have a person of my same age.
From the Clone Saga when he was replaced for a short period of time with Ben.
Before the Clone Saga, Spider-Man was my favorite. But after the Clone Saga, they lost me. I stopped reading Spider-Man.
I've just always just been the Peter Parker side of things. I think Ben is cool. I do, but I'm the whole Spider-Verse thing is fun. I do have fun with that, but to me at the end of the day it's still Peter Parker. Peter Parker is still my favorite superhero per se. I do also really enjoy lots of them. It's like choosing kids, man. I mean, all these people had different impacts in different ways. The X-Men had a huge impact on me and as a teenager. Honestly, the X-Men got me into Spider-Man. That was the gateway drug. It was the Jim Lee era of the 90s that got me.
That was fantastic.
Marvel proper, right? Like I didn't know who Todd McFarlane was until Jim Lee got me hook, line, and sinker with the X-Men and the relaunch. And I caught up with Peter Parker and Spider-Man, but it's just had Peter Parker's character and the things he's gone through and the stuff I've learned to relate more to. But the X-Men, when I was a teenager, being chubby, pudgy, weird, pale, didn't really always fit in. I identified with the X-Men because I felt like no matter how much good I tried to do, how nice I was to everybody, there was always the people that just like, yeah, but fuck you, thanks.
Yeah.
Fuck you, you know, and it felt like that. So I kind of identified with that side of the X-Men, for example. But as I got older and, in high school and out of high school and in the, Peter Parker and just the things he goes through, being broke as shit, always trying to do the right thing, no matter what he did, wonderful women in his life, but, he'd always screw something up. And, I kind of identified and vibed with that. And then it became very important with my daughter later on in life. And, so Spider-Man's number one for me, but I am very close with my X-Men after that, and a lot of other characters. I like Marvel more than DC. I do like
Okay.
Marvel more than DC because
I got a thing weird there because I used to love Marvel more, way more. I was even obnoxious saying I'm not gonna read DC unless it's Batman or Superman, right? I was totally Marvel, but after the Age of Apocalypse, that it was one of my favorite series in the 90s, the original
Yep.
one, not the
Yep.
new one that they did. The original one
No,
in the
the original
90s.
one. Yeah, that's my favorite X series. Yeah,
It's
100%.
my favorite.
Mhm.
Then I lost interest. It's like they got to the climax of the storytelling for me, and then
Yeah.
when they reboot everything, I go like, "What? Fuck you!
Yeah. You
I
climb the
wanted to
mountain. You
continue."
climb the mountain,
Yeah, I couldn't go back to normality after seeing finally Wolverine just with one hand and in love
in
with Jean
Bone
Grey,
Claws
bro,
and
bro with Magneto. Remember, it was such a good thing.
uh-huh.
Uh,
Yeah.
but so I started at that point I jumped to DC, and it's when I found Azrael. It was
Yeah.
like the same time, and I got stuck with Azrael and Robin. Not what is the next one after
Dick
Jason Todd?
Grayson, Jason Todd, then it's
Tim Drake.
Tim
Tim
Drake.
Drake.
Yes.
Tim Drake has his own comic.
Mm-hmm.
It started exactly the same time with Azrael. So I stayed in DC. Of course, never stopped reading Marvel comics, but then something changed my mind that made me go back to both. The board game Hero Clicks. You remember that beauty?
Oh yeah, yeah, I know that what you're talking about.
So that was the video. Sorry, not a video game. A board
That was a
game
board game. Yeah.
that you were allowed to play with the two companies at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I start fighting Hulk versus, I don't know, the Punisher, right? And it become interesting for me. And then I start reading more to know how to use the powers in the games. And I mean, so on and so on. What is your favorite DC comic guy,
Mark.
Jake?
Oh, Green Lantern, hands down.
And Marvel?
Spider-Man. I know I'm a basic
Yeah.
bitch when it comes to, but Spider-Man's so damn good. Like that's what. So I had. It's funny. The Tom Holland Spider-Man when he was first introduced, it bothered me. Like I didn't hate it, but I was just like that. This doesn't feel like Spider-Man. But each movie progressively got there, and then by the end of No Way Home, I'm like, there it is.
Yeah.
You know, I never liked Spider-Man movies till Tom Holland. I survived them, I enjoyed them, but I never
Oh man.
liked them.
Oh man, they're so good though.
Yeah,
Except for the Amazing
no,
Spider-Man
not
2.
because
We
they're
don't
bad,
talk
not
about the
because
Amazing
they're bad,
Spider-Man 2.
because a true person that understood Peter Parker just how you explain it. Uh, I understand the hustling of being Peter Parker, and
Yeah.
the way that is portrayed in the movies is closer to Tim Holland. The other one is a good movie that gives us the same story, but doesn't feel like the Peter Parker of the comic. For me, at least, I remember that I identify a lot when Peter Parker um, live in this small apartment in New York, that he learned how to sew his, that Mary Jane just left him. He can't be with her. He's starting this side thing with the black cat. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
What was that's her name, right? The
Felicia Hardy.
Felina,
Felicia
Yeah.
Felicia
Hardy.
Hardy. Felicia.
Yeah.
So that was the Spider-Man that is dearest to me.
Yeah.
Not the Uncle Ben, not the kid in high school, because I didn't understand high school because I wasn't in this country. But the one that he was working half time as in the university, working half time as a photographer, trying to survive. That Peter Parker is the Peter Parker that I love.
Mhm.
That sadly went to hell with the clones. But yeah, that is my thing. What about Spawn? Remember Spawn? You mentioned
Well, that's
McFarlane.
Image. And
Yeah.
Image is
That's
where I
Image.
jumped to really after Jim Lee left the X-Men. And that's when I
Yeah,
kind of left DC and Marvel proper, and I went to Image. I was
yeah.
Youngblood. I was Team Youngblood, Team Spawn, Team, I love the Wildcats. Don't even honestly, my most prolific collection and the comic I loved the most was Gen 13. That was
Oof,
where J.
was
Scott Campbell
magnificent.
started. Yeah, with Fairchild and Rain. It was a grunge. I
It
loved.
was
I
amazing. It
loved it.
was a X-Men improved 100%.
Yeah,
Gen 13 was
and J. Scott Campbell coming out of nowhere, who is like the most pinup of pinup, artists. I still remember too my favorite cover, because that's when they started really doing all kinds of crazy variants. But I remember, and I have all the variants, but my favorite is the Rolling Stone Janet Jackson cover, where it's Fairchild on the front.
wow.
One just
Yes, it's
didn't give
virtual on the
us,
phone. Yeah.
it was, that
Wow, I
was the one where I was
forgot.
like,
Totally
this is my
forgot
comic.
about that.
This is my
Yeah.
comic.
You know what? Do you remember Black Horse?
Dark
Dark
Horse?
Horse.
Dark
Dark
Horse
Horse,
comics?
yes.
Yeah.
So they have
They
a
ran like the
comic that
England series.
I there's got one comic that just make it probably 1 year, but I love it. It was called Blood Syndicate.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I adore that comic.
Yeah.
Like there was a character I barely remember. We're talking about what 30 years ago, some things like that. There was a character that she could go back in time 3 seconds, but every time she does it, she got damaged herself to the point that if she do it too many times, she will die.
Yeah.
So she can go back in time 3 seconds only to change the situation. And
Oh
she
wow.
was so damaged by the thought that sometimes she's like, I could go back, but I will hurt myself. That
Uh-huh.
she let things happen. That she was devastated. She was part of the Blood Syndicate. Blood Syndicate was let's say a rebel gang living in the streets
Uh-huh.
with no money, no nothing, and they were sometimes hired to kill somebody. They were like the anti-hero, but
Yeah.
poor. And
Yeah.
Blood Syndicate was really good. I had the first number. I still have the first number. It's I don't have it here with me, but it's amazing. I love that. I love that comic, and they just disappear. I don't know what happened with Dark Horse. At least with that Blood Syndicate thing.
Dark Horse is still around.
I was gonna
Dark
say,
Horse
yeah.
is still, I mean, they're alive and well. They're not like as big as Image in any way, shape, or form. I don't even think they're as big as Boom Studios right now, but they are there. They are there. They're pumping out some pretty cool shit. Still. But yeah, it's Dark Horse had Star Wars at its peak, right?
Yeah,
With
I remember.
all the different series. Dark Horse had Grendel. Dark Horse had the Aliens, right? Aliens and Predator and all the fun stuff. Dark Horse to me had the best sci-fi.
So
Best
guide me a
sci-fi.
little bit to your best memory. You're whatever age you decide to go, you're going to the comic shop to buy that specific comic, that one that you remember the most,
Mhm,
the most. Because I want to
mhm,
share my story after.
mhm.
Same to you, Jake. That ones that you went, doesn't matter what's new or old, but you went and buy it. You have that memory, one that you
Yeah.
hold deep to your heart. Which one
It was
is
Gen
that?
13. Gen 13 was what brought me back to the comic book shop every single month. What I didn't even understand when New Comic Book Day was. And the worst thing is too about Image though back at that time is they couldn't hit a deadline to save their fucking lives. So,
No,
you could get your number one, and then you might wait like 4 months for number two, then you might get three, four, or five, and then wait 2 or 3 months for six, and then seven, and then it's so it was very irregular, but I would go back every single month looking for
it
Gen
was really
13.
regular.
And I would
I know
get
that.
other books too while I was there, but Gen 13 was the reason why. I love the story. I love this like generations of genetic experiments, and then finally things start to spike and pop off, and the government's been observing the whole time. To me, that was almost more believable than mutation. That to me was more believable almost than the X-Men, where just evolution just finally gave everybody powers. No, to me, it sounded more like because that was the X-Files generation, right? We were the ones staying up late on the weekends watching the X-Files, government conspiracies, and then Gen 13 comes out and it's like, yeah, the government's been has been testing on you for like 13 different generations, and finally it's starting to pop off. And that to me fucking made sense. And that all of a sudden is like, this is my jam. And that's what I fell in love with, was first Gen 13. And as far as like always bringing me back, I mean, yes, I got started with the X-Men and things of that nature, but I left Marvel proper.
Your heart
and I
is
went
there.
to
Your
Image.
heart is there. Yeah.
Yeah, I left Marvel and went to Image with the artists. Just like, I mean, it was the rock stars, dude. This was the dream team, right? Of all comics coming together.
Was X-Men Unleashed, if you
Yeah,
will. They were unleashed. They didn't have that conscious of, oh, what if I kill? Oh, what if I feel? It's like, no, we're gonna go and have it. And I love
yeah,
Gen 13.
yeah.
I will send you I'm not allowed by contract to say names, but back in 2018, I got hired by a big studio to make my first movie, and
Oh,
they
nice.
approved $300 million
Wow.
because I got two people that actually work with Lucas in Star Wars in Empire Strike Back, so that they give me the chance.
Uh-huh.
They pay the full promotion. If you look my name in Comic-Con, I was there talking in panels, presenting the teaser of the movie, and I will be happy to send the original script right before they touch it. And
Oh,
it's
cool.
called Time Warpers, and it's inspired a lot in Blood Syndicate and Gen 13.
Oh,
A
that's
lot.
cool. Hell yeah,
Because
dude.
I loved it so much. So I wrote Time Warpers, and it was the moment, but sadly, Gary Kurtz, co-producer of Empire Strike Back, in the middle of the pre-production pass, and they pulled the plug, because without Gary Kurtz, I was just a 38-year-old Mexican trying to make it in Hollywood. Without Gary Kurtz, I couldn't make it.
Oh
And
man, I'm
Craig
sorry.
Miller, even he was in there, he didn't have the power in the industry. So
Uh-huh.
they pulled the plug, and it was painful, yeah. But I got the chance to work with Gary Kurtz and with Craig Miller from Empire Strike Back.
Yeah.
And I remember Gary, when he read the Time Warpers, told me, you got to tweak it here and there, but this could be the Star Wars of our generation. I was in cloud 9 when he said that.
Yeah.
We always meet in Skype. Imagine how old ago it was. Skype, not even Zoom. And we met because he was in England. And yeah, sadly he got bronchitis one day, 2 days after he was gone. And life is like that. But I would love to send it to you as a personal gift for being in
Oh,
the
I'd love to
podcast, so
see
you
it,
can
man.
read
I'd
it.
love to see
Yeah,
it. Thank you. That'd be
even
fantastic.
the teaser, you will like it.
Yeah, I
Because
appreciate it.
I went crazy and I told the studio, I don't want to make it a movie. I want to make rotoscope. So I'm going to film the movie in green screen, and then I want my artist to do frame by frame drawing over the
Oh wow.
actors. And they told me, that's crazy. I said, yeah, but we're going to create 4 dimensions because we don't have limit. And they went for it. Actually, the proof of content, the teaser that we show in Comic-Con, there's a moment that one of the characters open their mouth and tentacles come out, but it's animation. I got the actors going, right? And we put animation after. So
Yeah.
nobody till this day has done something like that. The closest thing was Scanner Darkling. You guys remember that movie with
Yeah.
Robert Downey? So it was similar to Scanner Darkling, but with superheroes. So they
I
were
dig it.
digging it, and they approve everything. But sadly, when the producer of that caliber is gone, he was my leverage, my complete leverage. But anyway,
I get it.
Gary Kurtz, hope you're looking down. We remember you, really cool. What about you, Jake? What is that comic that hold you tight, that memory?
I'm going to let you go first because I'm going to segue mine into our sponsorship spots, and then Justin's got a question. So do you,
Okay, of course you're
and then
gonna
I'll
be the
segue.
fucking dude. The fucking capitalist ruin our nerdy talk. So
It's
I
show
don't remember.
business, damn it.
I know. So I was really young, and I want to push over the title, right? It was a different feeling for me. My father just passed a couple of years back. I'm just a kid. I'm relocated to Mexico City. I can go to a comic store as simple. I probably was three between the whole city. It was called Blue Castle. And I remember I begged my mother, my poor mother, her husband just died, relocation too, and I begged her so much to take me. And I opened the I went before to the store and I asked for the comic. They told me that's gonna be really hard to get. And I say, please, I remember I begged the guy, like, please, please, please. And it was a small store. I'm not talking about a big store, right? It was people like us that open a comic store that he used to fly to the States, buy the comics and get back. And I went there and begged him. I remember I begged my mom. I don't even remember the price in pesos, but it was out of sense, right? But I got there and got 2 copies of the Death of Superman in the black
Oh yeah.
bag, the
Mhm.
black bag, one to open and one to keep.
Yep.
And I remember I was so thrilled because it was so many moments condemns, new country, no friends, Superman dying. It was the moment before the compendiums that I got, but that moment when I opened, I remember the feeling, guys. For all the people that are listening to us, I got goosebumps. I got this. I remember the scent of my room, right? When you open that, and I cut it really weird. And I have the posters of, remember the
The
posters that come in?
armband. The armband.
Yeah, the armband. I got the armband. I wore the armband for fucking month. They
Uh-huh.
told me not to use it in the school. Um, and I opened it and I read it and I felt so much shame for the humankind. I remember that. I didn't feel, of course I felt bad, but if you remember, they touched the death of Jonathan Kent, right? And everything was so heavy for me in that moment that till the day I got one close. I'm never gonna sell it. Probably if I got a kid, obviously it's gonna be for him. He can just pound it to get kind of pay a hooker. I don't care. But for me, at least, it was that comic book meant so much for the time, more than the comic itself. But yeah, the Death of Superman, the black bag edition. It was really cool. What
Death of
about
Superman
Jackie
was a
Boy?
pop culture was a pop culture moment in history
Yeah,
though too.
Yeah.
yeah,
That
and it
was
was
that was a moment in history. Uh a lot of people kind of forget that, like how holy shit that was. That was on primetime television news channels
yeah,
talking about this. And honestly, that's what restarted the comic book industry in a lot of ways.
yes,
I mean, I feel like that was but that also was the beginning of the bubble of comics in the 90s, right? That was ready to
yes.
where all of a sudden speculation really
What year was that? What year? Do you remember the
huge
year?
thing.
Do you remember that? It was 93 or 94?
I'm
Let me look
thinking
it up.
92 for some reason, but
92, no, because maybe because I want to touch into that. I don't want to Google it because I got something already ready for
ah,
you guys.
okay, went from 92 late 92 into 93. So,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the Death of
Yeah, it
Superman is
actually happened
93.
in 93. It was the winter of
yeah.
93.
But
It
if you
actually
guys
happened.
remember, we have Kurt Cobain suicidal in 92, right? I'm correct?
Okay, what?
Kurt Cobain when he
Oh,
killed
yeah.
himself.
Yeah.
We have so many events in between 92 and 94,
Hmm.
and understand all those events in the pop culture and understand that the Death of Superman was the top of it is crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy because, like you say, people don't see the American symbol and the symbol of freedom, right? There to
Uh-huh.
save the same people that, and the way that he dies. I mean, the way that he dies, not in the show, not in the movie, not in the animated. The way that he dies, saying, "I can't let him go more," right? I
Yeah.
need to, and the double hit is, I mean, whew, whew,
Yeah.
yeah,
It was a great story.
yeah,
It was a great
whew.
story.
It
All
was
the
whew for
memories.
me.
All the memories.
Now you can go fucking capitalist pig. Talk about your
Well,
fucking sponsors.
mine is kind of lame, but for me it was very important because I was just starting to buy comics. My exposure to superheroes up to that point had been like X-Men the animated series, Spider-Man the animated series. So I was into it, but I wasn't a comic book guy. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take my spare money and I'm gonna start buying some comic books. And it was the first comic book I ever wrote. I mean, not wrote, bought. It was the first comic book I ever bought. Um, was I wasn't looking for anything specific, but I was, like I said, big Spider-Man fan and
Hmm.
very big fan of Venom.
Mm.
So I caught
Venom.
Lethal Protector.
I got the entire collection of Venom Lethal Protector, and I was obsessed with that comic book. because my best friend and I were all about Venom and the other symbiotes, and that's the whole thing. And you get Carnage and all the other symbiotes at the end. So I was obsessed with that. I had that book for a very long time, and then sadly lost it in a flood,
Mm,
along with all
Oh,
my other ones. Yeah, it was in horrible condition because I read it constantly, but
yeah, yeah, yeah,
that was
yeah.
still a bummer.
and you
But
probably a couple of pages were stick together, right? Because always been attached to black men with tight suits, right? Venom, you were.
Eddie Brock's not black.
No, but he has a black dress. What the fuck is wrong with you? You fucking racist.
I'm not the one who
He has
brought
a
up
he has
black
a big
men.
black costume. It's BBC, big black costume.
Costume. But anyway, speaking of collectibles, you may have noticed at the beginning of our program, you saw a trailer for One Weekend in Horrorland. That's right. The Goosebumps Crew podcast, for Sandcorp, and RT Media have all partnered to bring you One Weekend at Horrorland, the first of its kind Goosebumps convention. But here's the thing, we need your help to get it off the ground. You can look at the first link in the description to check out the Kickstarter, and you can see all the reward tiers. But one of them that is not on there that the guys just most recently announced is anyone who donates in any of the Kickstarter tiers with a ticket that you come to the event, you are going to get a grab bag. And each of those grab bags will contain a classic Goosebumps book inside.
Oh,
Could
that's
be
cool.
rare, could be not. We don't know. Even we are not going to know because we're going to stuff them in the bags and then you get handed a bag. You might get one, but everybody is donating, including myself. And these are just some of the ones that I picked up. Apparently, they're some of them are rare. I don't know. I don't know jack shit about Goosebumps, but I believe in these guys. I'm told that Series 2000s are kind of rare. But what's cool though is they're also going to have a Scarelastic book fair with other books. So, such famous people in the Goosebumps community, anyway, including Avery Jones, the puppeteer and voice for Slappy in the Goosebumps movies, and most notably Tim Jacobus and Craig White. Jim Jacobus was, yeah, Tim Jacobus. I always get his name fucked up. Tim Jacobus was the original illustrator for the original run and some of the Series 2000
Yep.
book covers. So you can visit the Scarelastic Book Fair, grab yourself a copy of the original Goosebumps books, then go over to Tim Jacobus's booth and have him sign it for you while
Because
you're at the event.
they're gonna be there, right? The names that you just mentioned gonna be
Yes, they
there.
are going to be there
Yeah.
along with Amos Crawley, who was an actor from the 95 Goosebumps series, Are You Afraid of the Dark? And Billy Madison, along with Alan Doucette, who was the prop master for the original 95 Goosebumps television show, plus musical guests Velena and Again and Forever, which is that guy down there, will be there
Thank
as
you.
well. And other guests to be announced. So you'll want to donate and pre-order your tickets as soon as possible because some of the higher tiers with more of the perks are limited, limited quantities. So you'll want to get
And
those as soon as possible.
and Tim will
Uh,
do also original art there as well too, and do things for you. I know I had him do one at a convention for my daughter, who was a big Goosebumps fan.
Yeah.
And we all know R.L. Stine is a little demigod in the horror community as far as things go. The way he just prolifically keeps on just just throwing out stories. But I'm looking forward to the new season of Goosebumps as well. Dave Schwimmer's going to be the
I heard
main
something.
character.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Dave Schwimmer is
Yeah.
going to be the main character of the next season. They're going to kind of anthology it, kind of like American Horror Story, but they're going to start to maybe pull some things together. So everybody that was in this most recent season won't necessarily be in this next season, but David Schwimmer definitely is going to be there. And after Justin Long did the job that he did, I think he did a great job. I'm excited for that. So I'm loving this sponsor you guys have right now. That's pretty freaking cool.
Hopefully, I
Hope it
can
goes
connect you
well.
with them. I think they will love to have you
They would love to have it.
as
Yeah.
a panelist. They will love that. I can connect you with the guys
Oh,
easily. They will love
Yeah.
to have you there.
Yeah.
where
They
is
will pay
this?
your
It's
ticket.
gonna be in
They
Cincinnati,
pay your
Ohio.
ticket.
Cincinnati, Ohio, bro. I'm in Michigan. It would be so great. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would love that. That's
You
dope.
see,
Why
you
they
can
picked
drive.
Cincinnati.
You just fucking fuck your flight.
Well,
It'd
and
be
where can
a short flight, man.
yeah.
Just it'd be one Delta, just connects
Yep.
right there from town.
And then
Boom.
where can you watch the new Goosebumps to lead into our other sponsor, Shamelessly?
Oh, where can you watch it?
Hmm
Wasn't it Disney Plus that it was on?
It
Or
was Disney Plus, and you can watch a
There we
lot of
go.
other great things on Disney Plus. And if you're
And
a
we're really
complete,
proud to talk about that sponsor. Please go ahead, Jake. This is big for the whole company.
oh no,
And
it's not what you think.
oh shit! I thought we signed that contract. Don't
No,
do
not
that
yet.
to me, motherfucker.
If you're a
Go
complete
ahead, you
Disney
ruin
nerd,
it.
before I was so rudely, you ruined it. I wasn't bringing it up. You were. If you're also a Disney nerd and love yourself some Disney and or Broadway, you can check out one of the other podcasts on the network, Part of Your Broadway World, where Haley brings you all that sweet, sweet Disney nerdiness and geeking out on anything Disney and or Broadway related. She's had, along with the Goosebumps crew, she's had also a very impressive slate of guests. I'm pleasantly surprised by what they've been able to pull off. And there's Haley with the heart now. So you can check out Part of Your Broadway World. That is also linked in the description. And Justin had a question. How do you
Let me
feel?
say something for the fans. Sorry, before Justin. Yes, we're doing some negotiations with Disney. Yes, we're fucking awesome. I don't supposed to talk about it, but
I was
people in
gonna
Disney know
say,
that I'm a
yeah.
fucking asshole. So it doesn't matter. Probably in a couple of weeks, they're gonna be sponsoring us. So I love the Mandalorian for now on. I think Disney Plus is the best shit ever. We love you, Disney. And I think the decision of the casting of the mermaid, it was amazing.
It was, man. I just
Shut
love
the fuck
the
up, they're gonna be sponsors.
I love the inclusion and the diversity and the I, I like risky scripts. I totally like scripts that may or not, like The Last Jedi. I mean,
I just felt
it
like
was a
like
it was a
I
work of
just
art.
felt like the Wayne's World when they say they don't want to sell themselves. I just
Yeah, I don't
felt
want to sell
exactly
out. And
like
they're
that.
like, you got your Pepsi can there, and
Yeah,
then
like
Garth's
I
wearing the
hate
entire
them.
Reebok outfit.
I'll
Pizza.
never I'll never
New
sell
print,
out.
yellow,
Yeah,
small, different.
But
that's fantastic.
Justin
We
said, "How do you guys feel
yeah,
about Jordan Peele doing an X-Men movie? He was in
He's
talks
not.
and it fell
but
through,
It
but it
fell
could have been
thanks
through.
interesting.
God.
No, it would have been the shits. It would have been it
No.
would have been the screaming shits.
Okay, let's be honest. Let's be honest for a second. And this is a hot take. I really don't like his scripts. They're
No,
complicated, they're dumb, and
they're
they're
very dumb.
they're very dumb. He's a great director. His cinematography I love, but his scripts sometimes you need to just give the people what they want, man. Doesn't have to go the next step. We don't always got to talk about race. There's no they keep complain about race, but it's too much. Seriously, I'm a man of color. I understand, but I hate that only few Latinos that here and there appear on him. There's fucking archetypes. So sometimes just like what was the last one that he did with a floating
It was
alien
nope.
ship?
Nope. Yeah.
Dude, Nope is a really bad movie.
I
Great
my
special effects, really good thing, but the scripts are nonsense. It's like, can you stop with smoking weed when you finish the fucking movie?
no, my best friend asked me if I wanted to go watch it, and I literally responded with nope.
Nope. It's
Because
a really bad
I don't.
movie.
After I watched Us, I gave him a chance, man. I gave him a chance. I went and watched the movie Us. It was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And there's a clip. There's a clip on YouTube. You can verify this where I'm just like, the fuck was up with the rabbits?
Yeah, dude, it's like it's cool
The
to try
movie
to be
doesn't make
different.
sense.
It's cool to try to do things different, but shut the fuck up, dude. Finish the movie the right way. We want to see a closure. I got the chance to go to the premiere, and I was really proud to be between the 10% of Latinos there and the 80% of black people in the place. And seriously, at the end, I saw the faces of all the influential people in Hollywood with a face like, what the fuck just happened?
Us is stupid, Haley. You're right. It was terrible. I thought it was awful.
What the fuck just happened? He got the opportunity to do something marvelous. Because in a point, no, in a point, you're gonna be like, holy fuck, this could be a piece of art. And finish it being a piece of art. Because the fucking ending and the resolution is really bad. It's like when you go to a gallery in New York and you're excited for the artist and you see his things, and then you go to the next room when it's new shit, and he got a piece of shit in the wall. Like, why? His concept is what I feel. Fuck you. Sorry, I will hate it for somebody like him in this perception of that thing that I just expressed. to touch my X-Men. I will hate it.
Yeah,
I
it will
already
be-
got to leave a lot of movies, right, with a director that want to make everyone look beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about, but the preference of sexuality of anyone doesn't have to be related with your work. You want to do whatever you want, but they make everyone look cute in the first X-Men movies. And it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Key and Peele's good shit though. That's some legitimately funny shit.
Oh yeah, no, great
Yeah.
show. He's definitely had his projects.
Oh,
I think
dude,
some things are better than other.
the
But
NFL roster.
oh, Latrarius
God.
Darius. Yeah. Latrarius Darius
That's-
was the
and then
third.
I love how they end it with the white guy who's got like the blandest name ever.
Yeah. John Smith, and it was Brigham Young.
So we have
Let's bring him.
that's funny.
What's that one guy
We
they
have
have? He
a-
just goes,
We have a section in the show, because I know it's been so fast. We have
It
a
has.
section in the show that is called Virus Quest,
"Oh,
and I
crap."
will feel bad having a person of knowledge in the nerdy world, have the king of nerds
Oh,
here.
Jesus Christ.
If you don't want to
he might win.
participate in Virus Quest, you're allowed to say no. I'm gonna ask you either way because I'm a fucking jerk, but you're allowed to
Well,
say no.
it's your show, so yeah, I'm fine with it. I don't care.
So
I mean, worst case, I get it wrong and I live with myself. It's
and
okay.
then you lose $10,000. But if you
Wow.
answer everyone, you will make $10,000.
I got news for you. I don't have $10 on me right now. So
No.
really,
No, you will lose
really
the
bad.
price that is $10,000.
Oh.
So if you
well,
got everyone correct of the 3,500 questions without a mistake or any variation, you will make $10,000. Now,
let me go.
I'm
Let
gonna
me
let
go
the-
tell the family I'm going to be here for a while.
oh yeah, no, you went past the first one. But let me tell you, we have easy, medium, and hard.
Okay.
Which one do you? I'm gonna let you because you're the king of nerds, and I bow to you. So
Oh,
which one
God.
you want?
Okay, easy, medium, and hard are all perspective.
Yeah.
Okay. You could throw something at me that I don't know shit about in the side of things, and it could be. So I'm going to say easy because I would rather
Okay.
start to see what you consider to be easy. Because if the first thing you ask me was pretty hard for an easy one, then I'm going to be like, you know what?
Okay, you got the chance to fail 3. And
I'm
after
gonna
that, we're done.
enable my Google chat off here on the side and just be like, what the fuck?
I will use a thicker accent so he doesn't understand.
I'll
God knows I
talking
got an accent.
I'll start talking a bit more back like this. Okay, so you just keep on going that way, and I'll go this way, and we'll meet more in the middle.
Okay,
So.
are you ready?
Yeah.
Virus Quest. There you go. I know. The portable Sentinel creating factory is known as what? The portable Sentinel creating factory is known as what?
Dear God, here we go. And of course,
okay, Jake can be. You can call Jake to help you out.
Oh, then Jake, go ahead because I can't. I'm running really blank on names right now, but I know who he is. He's the guy with the mouth, and they come out, and the entire thing.
I think it's called Master Mold.
Master Mold. Yeah, sorry.
There you go. He's a Master
I am
Mold, people.
terrible with names, so this
me
is gonna
too.
be
Don't
hard.
worry, it's part of our age. Next question. In Virus Quest, Jean Grey is possessed by which ancient spirit?
Oh, ancient. I thought you said Asian.
Ancient alien, right? Because we're talking about the Phoenix Force.
Of course, that's the answer.
Yes.
Phoenix, correct.
Yes.
Correct. Good.
Yes.
This one is hard, but could be easy for you. Lex Luthor first appearance is in what issue?
Oh shit. We're going back to Action Comics.
You're close. You're close.
I'm just not sure what freaking issue.
I'm gonna give you a clue.
It's the one that's Lex Luthor's first appearance.
The number is the same number of the best basketball player in the world in the history
23.
of basketball. There you go. Look at that guy. He's rocking it.
Well, that's because Jordan is the best. I don't care what
Of course.
says.
There's not even one so even close. Kobe's
And not
the
even
next
if
one,
you
but
turn the numbers around, that person's still not close.
they're never, bro. Magic was good, but seriously, it's Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and the rest.
Yep. Agreed.
I don't believe that LeBron is even in the top 10. but probably the top 10. But I don't know.
I think he's in
Anyway.
top 10, but I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah,
It's still Jordan.
The only people that say that Jordan is number one is because they didn't have the chance to see him play.
Word.
That's the reality. If they're too young to talk bullshit, they are too young to have an opinion. But anyway, Cyber's arms are made of what?
Who?
Cyborg?
Cyber.
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 Cyber. I don't know who Cyber is. I know who Cyborg is.
No. Cyborg is from DC. Cyber is for Marvel.
Oh, I don't know.
Adamantium. So your first mistake.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm jumping the hard ones.
Okay, you're fine.
Oof.
You're just like, fuck me. Why did I make this question?
No, because
so it's all right.
I got people that find this question for us. Don't worry about it.
Oh God.
What word completes the name of the comic Popeye the
Sailor Man?
Whoa! Virus Quest! You're really getting close to the $10,000.
He went from Sliver to Popeye the Sailor Man?
Dude, this is pop culture in comics. Shut the fuck up.
You never know. I might not have been a part of the generation that knows Popeye.
In how many films did Christopher Reeve portray Superman? How many films did Christopher Reeve portray Superman?
Superman 1, Superman 2, Superman 3. I think there was a Superman 4. I'm going to say 4.
Virus Quest! You're almost there, man. You're almost there. If we separate as many questions to the $10,000, you already make 2 cents. You're doing great, man.
I'm fine with that. 2 cents is basically all anybody ever gives me, anyways.
There you go.
You're gonna get hit on taxes, though.
Okay, before becoming a foe of Spider-Man, Mysterio was a what?
An actor.
Hollywood effects maker.
Oh, but I thought he was
He was a failed actor.
Clay.
He was a failed actor that was an effects maker.
Clay in Batman was the failed actor.
No, but Mysterio was also an actor. I'm gonna double check this. I believe he was also an actor.
You know what? You don't get a bad one because we're debunking that. Production, you fucking suck. Okay, this is easy. What is the relation of the comic characters Superman and Supergirl?
They're cousins.
There you go. No, you're killing it.
Kal-El and Kara Zor-El.
So
what is
Mysterio?
Go ahead.
Mysterio is the alias of Quentin Beck, a former special effects artist, illusionist, and actor who turns to crime.
Yeah.
Oh, so he was an Uber driver in LA.
Yeah, basically he did everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was an Uber driver in LA.
Waiting tables, Uber driver, everything.
Okay. All the version of the Thunder God form a group called what? All the versions of the Thunder God form a group called what?
I don't know. The Thundercats? I have no idea.
Electric Boogaloo.
The electric store. Yeah, the Thor Corps. That's the thing.
Thor Corps?
Thor Corps, yeah.
Thor Corps. That's cool, but I was not aware of there ever being a Thor
It's
Corps.
really, it's kind of new. We have interns of 19-year-old doing this shit, so.
Well, that's what happens.
Mandrake the Magician is named, Mandrake the Magician's house is named what?
Oh.
It was a movie in the 80s, 70s about with the same name.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Virus Quest. The answer is Xanadu.
Xanadu.
All
right.
So you got 2, right? So 2 mistakes.
Got 2 wrong. Yep.
So the Riddler's logo is a what?
Question mark.
There you go. You're killing it. Okay, this is hard. In what year was Archie from Archie Comics created? And it has an important matter because when it was created, it was a really, really bad year for the world, and they did it under the idea to keep the ideal high school kid normal.
Yeah. I think
Are
this
you
was
Googling
Kennedy
it?
assassination. But I don't know the year. I don't even remember the year.
1941.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, 1941. Actually,
I
they
didn't
created
realize it
to
was that
keep
early.
they created to keep the idea after the war,
Yeah.
through the war, because they needed to
Through the
keep
war.
the idea of the normality in Riverdale, so
Wow.
the people could read it and feel back home, the soldiers, and
Yeah.
the spies realized that nothing was going bad in America. Yeah, I
Yeah.
read that in some place.
Huh.
My card is broken because you didn't make $10,000.
It's all right. I'll live somehow.
I know it's hard, man. It's
Somehow.
hard.
Somehow.
So thank you for your support. You just disappear, freaking Jake, helping our guest today. You just freaking start reading something and you disappear.
You
I
told
know
him he
it's not
got one
called
phone call. I
Jake
didn't know I was
Quest.
allowed to cheat.
Bro,
Besides, I didn't
I
know
know
any of
that
the
you're
other ones.
jealous, but Jake Quest doesn't sound good, bro. Sorry.
I'm not
Virus
jealous at
Quest sounds
all.
good, bro. Yeah, whatever. That's what everybody that is jealous is always gonna say. So
Justin, I respect the difficulty curve on this quiz.
thank you, Justin.
It was there. It was definitely
It
there.
was
It
there.
was very
You know what?
curvy.
I have around 2,000 questions for real, divided to
I don't
easy.
even want to know, dude. I don't even want to know because those were
It's
hard.
crazy.
Yeah.
They were hard. Last time we have a Goosebumps quest,
Uh-huh.
right? Virus Quest Goosebumps. And in the hard one, actually, they did 80%, these guys. In the easiest
Wow.
one, they went 100%.
And
I mean, there were three, though.
And they were
There were
so
three.
hard, though, initially we thought they got them all. That's how obscure some of these questions
Yeah.
were.
Wow.
Yeah. So
We
my
had to
last question
verify,
before we
too.
go to recommendations: do you really think that Rogue, the character that you have in your chest, is based on a stripper? Because you love her, she looks hot, but you can't touch her.
That was probably a great analogy for her. And that would probably be like my entire childhood. I could never touch a woman. That's probably the reason why I was so infatuated with her as a youth. But no, I just loved the way she just kicked everybody's ass. But no, I can see that. I can see that.
And if you touch her,
funny
she
as hell.
will drain you out. She is a stripper.
That is probably
I just saw that, Jake. Don't look at me like that. I just saw that, bro.
Unless you've just got that big magnet energy.
Yeah, that's a rich guy that doesn't care. I mean, the most handsome motherfucker in the whole superhero universe is Magneto, dude. Silver, Fox,
And he's
strong.
a Holocaust
The guy is
survivor,
like 63. I'm talking about the comics. The guy is like
He's
63 and his
He's a
freaking
daddy.
physique is like
He's a daddy.
perfect. The guy doesn't have a wrinkle. So remember him in the Secret Wars?
Yeah.
When he's trying to get it with the Wasp? That
Yep.
motherfucker was my hero. I want to look like that when I'm 63. I'm not in the right path. I'm not there yet. Not in age or in looks.
Do it.
No, we are not worth it. We are not worth it. We are not worth it.
That's yeah.
That's magnificent.
Yeah, love that helmet.
That
and
is
it was
awesome.
great.
We
It was on sale on Amazon for like $30.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Check it out, Black Series, because it didn't do anything special with it. It's got no special modifications, no lights, no sounds, no whistles. So all of a sudden they realized nobody wanted to pay $100 for it. So they marked it down dramatically.
That's fantastic, man. That's fantastic. I'm really having a lot of fun with you today, guys. But sadly, we need to go to our recommendations.
Sadly, because my recommendations are going to suck.
Oh, man. You know what? It's not bad because everyone has different taste.
Yeah.
But please, Jake, you want to start with recommendations? So somebody says that you actually contribute something to the podcast today, damn it.
I read the sponsorships.
All right, yeah.
I read. 1-800-ABCDEFG.
So anyway, my movie recommendation is one I actually told you about. Not that I think I told you about it on Sunday, Max, and you said I haven't seen it, and I told you should see it because it's surprisingly good. Is the
I don't know who's this Max you referred to.
oh, Virus? My bad. My
Did
bad.
you call Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? Did you do that?
I mean, towards the end of the book, yeah.
Well, then this is not the end of the book. Fuck you.
Something.
Keep going.
It's the end of the show.
Written.
I mean,
Anyway.
Shut the fuck up.
Watch the Lego movie. It's very good. It's
Ah,
shockingly.
for God's
Don't
sake.
say that you haven't watched it, fucker.
It
Don't
is a
say
good
that.
movie.
It's a really good
Everything
movie.
is awesome.
Yeah,
Everything
I love
is
that
cool when you're part of the team.
Not to
I
mention Morgan
love the
Freeman
song.
kills it. Everybody kills
No,
it.
it's
The
a
whole
decent
movie is
movie. I agree with
fantastic.
that. I agree with that.
All right, that's a good recommendation. Go ahead, my dear friend.
And then you're gonna
It's your
watch it and
time.
you're gonna be like, it was beautiful.
I'm not gonna watch this shit. I don't have HBO. Please.
Is it my
Phil,
turn?
all
Oh,
you.
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. I think and it's been out for a little bit, so please, excuse the fact that it's not as timely. But I was surprised by the people that I've spoken to now that it's out on digital for people to see. How many people have still not seen Godzilla -1? That was a tremendous, tremendous movie. Wonderful movie. I cried 3 different times in that fucking movie, and it was still a Godzilla movie. It was beautiful, and you don't you dare fucking dub it. Don't you dare watch a dub of it. You watch it with the subtitles. Read, asshole, but watch that movie. It is such a beautiful movie. Beautiful.
Let me tell you that you just nailed it, because Jake here he went to watch the premiere and he came back to the show. This is the best movie. He's going to win an Academy Award. And I'm destroying the shadow of him just because I got the sport of bother, right? My co-host. Not because, but he was right. He got an Academy Award, and we bow to this amazing production with just $18 million. They did a fucking
15.
movie look 15, make it look like 200. So congratulations. Yeah.
Did you catch Godzilla -1 color?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one
Yeah.
I like better, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what? I probably would like minus color more.
I did.
It's
It
really good.
edged a little bit for me. It did, but
Yeah.
but I at the same time too, I don't know if I to me it edged just the color just a little bit. It just did. But it was at the same time too, I'm just like, but I know what's happening. I know what's coming, and I was paying more attention to certain details to kind
That
of
might
enjoy
be
it.
the thing.
So
that's exactly.
so that's why I can't be 100%, but
Yeah.
I do think I kind of dug it a little bit more. But again, I don't know if it was just because the hype man in me was just like, God, I love this fucking movie. Because even though it just came out on Netflix, I 100% went to Apple TV and bought it immediately, because I just knew no matter whatever streaming service it was finally on, I just wanted to own it, so I didn't have to go look for it.
Yeah.
So it was
I will say
It's
this
in
much.
Netflix now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Netflix.
so is the Lego movie, asshole. So you have no excuse. Anyway,
Shut the fuck up.
what I'll say about minus color is the reason. Almost immediately, actually, the thing about minus color is you don't appreciate some of the shots in the film, how reminiscent they are to the original 1954, until you see them in black and white.
Yeah.
And it hits you different, because you're like, if you're a fan and you're like, oh, especially like there's a scene where the guys are on top of the roof before it crumbles.
Yeah.
That is an homage to the original,
Shot
but when
for
it's
shot.
in black and white, yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
I my recommendation was a different one, but to follow the trend, because I remember this, and again, it's not a new movie, I will highly recommend Logan in black and white. You're gonna have to modify your device. If you're watching an iPad, I mean, whatever, but I modified it after I read it, recommended it, and it blew my mind. Watching Logan in black and white is a real horror movie, right? The pace, the music feels deeper, the conversation with Xavier are are horrific. That you can feel the horror, the tension. With color, and I think with color, our instant resolution as a viewer, you're waiting for hope. But when it's black and white, you go deep into the sound, deep into the expression. So my recommendation was another one, but if we're into that, at least in movies, I will
Love it.
highly
That's cool.
recommend Logan in black and white. It's really
I
good.
dig
If you
it. I've
haven't
never
seen
heard
it,
that before, so that's cool
there's
shit.
there's something to that though, because my favorite movie is Casablanca, and people have asked me, they're like,
yeah.
I've been asked two questions: would you like to see it in color, and would you like to see it remade? And I said no to both.
Yeah.
No. Wait a second.
Some
I
things need to be
watched it
kept
in
the way they are.
color when they recolor in 1995, I think it was,
Mhm.
and I don't dislike it, but it's one of my
I'm not.
favorite movies
Yeah.
ever.
I'm not saying it
I
would be
mean,
dog shit, but there's just something
Some
about.
things just can be
and
left
Yeah.
alone.
yeah, but yeah, I think if they make a remake of Casablanca, it will be a big mistake because first of all, technology nowadays allows to watch something, and no, there's not an actor right now in the world that can play Humphrey Bogart at all.
But to be honest, though, too, I don't think that the theatrical appetite is there either,
John
right?
Hamm
Yeah,
could.
It's
who?
John
John
Hamm could.
Hamm,
John Hamm could do it.
maybe.
John Hamm could
I don't
play
know.
Maybe.
Rick.
He plays a card so much. It's hard for me to really see him in it. It's been a
Yeah.
while. I've been removed from Mad Men for a little while, but because he's just been doing so many comedies as of late. But I do
I mean, it could, but no, bro. I mean,
I mean,
Humphrey
I'm talking.
Bogart is Humphrey
I
Bogart.
wouldn't want to remake it, but like gun to my head,
if
I
you had
could.
to choose
I
somebody.
think you could. I think you could pick some people, and it would be okay. It wouldn't. It wouldn't have the same spirit because even the humor, the pacing and timing is totally different.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah, it's
not.
totally different.
Yeah, it's my
yeah.
favorite. One of my favorite
Somebody,
moments in the
if I were
movie.
difference of, go ahead, sorry,
I was gonna
sorry.
say one of my favorite one of my favorite moments in the movie is when the Germans are in there and they go over to Louis and tell him to close the place down, and he was like, "On what grounds?" They said, "I don't care, close it." And he comes up to Rick and he's like, "You have to close this place down immediately." And Rick goes, "Why?" And he's like, "I'm shocked. You know that gambling is taking place in this establishment." And then the guy comes up to him and he says, "Your
And
winnings,
give him the
monsieur." Oh,
money.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's a great movie. Just if somebody will do it, actually, I don't think it's Paramount. I think it's in Disney archives the rights. So for our friends in Disney, let me be part of it. I don't care in what capacity if you want to do it. I just want to walk behind say I was in Casablanca.
I think it's Warner
Either way,
Brothers actually because it's on
I,
Max,
I
so I think
really
Warner
I don't
Brothers has it.
remember, to be honest with you. Uh,
No idea.
Time
Turner
for
Classic
TV
Movies.
series. TV series. Jake, please.
We've already touched on it, but I have to gush over it because I was a little behind, but I just watched the last couple of episodes for this particular season. I think I recommended it before, but I can't remember, so I'm going to do it again. I can't sing enough praises for X-Men 97.
Word.
It's been just so
100%.
fucking good. Particularly my favorite
You're a
episode
fucking
is
nerd.
Well, I was going to say that too, so I grabbed a second series as well in case somebody did say X-Men 97,
Somebody
100%.
fuck it up for you. Yeah,
But
go
no,
ahead.
No,
I
it's
mean,
great.
but seriously though, the series it's been what, 10 episodes?
Mhm.
Yeah, for 10 episodes, it's had so many just unbelievable moments that literally it gave me goosebumps, not gonna lie, when Magneto's holding on against the Sentinel attack in Genosha,
Yeah.
and Leech looks up at him, and I love the fact that they
He
did this
says,
because
"Don't be afraid."
well, I know, but he says it in German, and I'm a
Yeah.
language nerd, so he looks down at that poor kid and goes, "Habe keine Angst," which not only is grammatically correct, not just a raw translation, but it says so much about his character that
Yeah.
he knows what's coming, and he's a Holocaust survivor. So the fact that I in my brain he just reverts back to, you know, the first time he had to struggle for
Yeah.
his life just in that moment,
Yeah.
and the animators just, god damn it, it's like they say so much with so little. Just the look on his face that the animators put on there, and
Just
then
like you in sex.
yeah,
You do so
do
much
so
with so
much with
little,
so
bro.
little.
Or
And
the
then
cut
Gambit,
the cut to black where Rogue's like, "I can't feel you," where
yeah,
she's looking for like
yeah,
like it was hard enough to see that scene, but then they cut to black and they let her still
yeah.
go. I was just like,
Oh, but then we get Gambit. So right when you're
that's
already
what I
dead
mean.
inside, yeah. Oh god, that was so badass. It was so cool.
The whole season was banger after banger
Banger
after
after
banger
banger.
after banger. The only episode to me was Motendo, which kind of fell out like a
Right.
little bit, but
I
it
agree.
mattered. It mattered.
Yeah, it was essential.
There wasn't a single thing that happened that did not that was not necessary in the overall tale. And I am excited for the Age of Apocalypse next season. I am
I
excited
I'm
for
I
looking
that.
forward
wasn't
to it.
gonna watch it. I wasn't. Jake told me watch it. Why for the first episode? I'm like, shit, I don't have time for this shit, to be honest, right? 15 minutes. But then I give it a second shot when I wasn't working, was
Yeah,
relaxed. Yeah, I love it, and I can wait for the Age of Apocalypse.
it's gonna be
Totally.
so cool.
So what is your TV series for
So my other
recommendation?
one is a new series that has just dropped in the last week, and it's got a couple of episodes out there, but it is 100% trash. And it is like one of those things where I want to say it's a guilty pleasure, but it's Ren Fair. It's the documentary of the Renaissance Fair in Texas,
Mm.
the largest Renaissance fair in the United States, and this guy is freaking uh uh awful for one, but like his team, like they're trying to figure out like who's going to take over the business, and it's trash reality TV, but it's done very well with a great documentary team and style. And I'm watching it and I'm having a little bit of fun. I'm having a little bit of fun because I kind of know, as a guy that goes to conventions and things of that nature, you look around and you're kind of like, I know people like that. Yeah, I know that guy. I know that
That's
guy.
funny.
I know that
That's
guy. So
amazing.
you're kind of like
What
identifying with the kinds of people you're seeing in there, and I'm watching it with normal people, you know, and they're
where
kind
you
of like,
watch that one?
they're surprised, like, I'm just like, I bet everybody smells. I bet like nobody knows how to do this thing. We're having all these conversations, and I'm watching this with normal people, and I'm thinking to myself, like, oh my God, I've seen so many of these people, and it's terrible, but it's funny. So I would actually recommend Ren Fair. It's on
Where we can
Max
watch
right
it?
now.
Max.
Max.
Okay.
Yep.
Max is doing a big thing. Everybody's watching Max. My show is not a comic book show. It's about a critic, a music critic. And before I tell you the name, I want to spell you the story. They filmed 2017 to 2020. For obvious reasons, they stopped.
Mhm.
But it was produced by AT&T and DirecTV, the channel. And a lot of shows got stuck there. And then they sold the whole package of movies and TV shows, and they
Mhm.
died. Finally, after so many years, 4 years after COVID, a Netflix released it, and it's a jewel. It's a really jewel. If you guys like Californication and you like at the same time a good Seinfeld, and you like a sitcom with real character, not just to laugh, it's called Louder Milk. It's a really good show. There's just 3 seasons. I highly recommend it because the sarcasm on it, I've been recommended to Jake. I watched it in 2 days, the 3 seasons.
Oh
I
wow.
couldn't stop. I saw the 30 episodes in 2 days.
Holy shit.
Louder Milk is gonna make you feel because it's a critic that now is a recovered sober,
Mhm.
right? Alcoholic, an alcoholic. Now he's sober, and he's the lead of the group of alcoholics in the meetings. So he
Oh.
retired from being a music critic, and
Uh-huh.
he releases in the 90s a book called 100 songs that actually put you to death, something like that, like the worst songs in the history of the music. And he's a jerk. I mean, he's a guy that hates life. So it's so close to me in a
Yeah.
way because
Yeah.
he's sarcastic. The first scene, I'm not gonna ruin it for everyone, but if you don't like the first scene, right? You can write me a text and tell me, fuck you, virus. Just the first scene, see him talking at coffee shop, you go like, man, I hate him and I love this asshole
But I
forever.
get it
So
at the same time.
it's really good. It's happened out in Seattle. So got the grunge thing, the rain, the everything. So I really highly, it's on Netflix. It's been in the top 10 on Netflix for 3 weeks. It's been released.
Louder
Louder
milk.
Milk.
Louder
Yeah,
milk.
that's the name that's his last name, Louder Milk. So it's really good, and you can watch it with not with younger people, but with
Adults.
wife, girlfriend, adults,
Yeah.
with a 16 on,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
really good. I highly recommend that. Music. That's music now, Jake? Yeah, music. What do you recommend?
So I was gonna recommend this one on the Star Wars episode we did. I can't remember why. I think I was trying to troll you some more with Star Trek, but I'm gonna recommend it now. Oh, you'll love this. You'll love this.
Yeah. Your fucking franchise is not $3 billion. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, fair.
Star Wars
Anyway,
franchise is more expensive.
yeah. Well, because it's for the simpler folk. But anyway, the song is that
Oh, wait.
class.
Stop there. Now it makes sense. I'm an educated guy that likes Star Wars. You're a fucking hillbilly that couldn't go to the movies and just got TV shows. And now it makes sense. You know what, Jake? I'm sorry. We all love Star
Hey,
Trek. Go ahead.
I'll have you know that the movie theater in my town where I grew up had 3 screens. So,
Oh, sorry. I fall asleep with poor people. Sorry. Go ahead.
no, the song is that classic Weird Al hit, "The Saga Begins."
Really good one.
Oh, it's
Really
so
good
funny.
one.
The video is priceless, which Weird Al videos are always priceless, but I mean,
I
this
never
one was.
seen that video.
You have it? Go to YouTube when we're done, dude.
I,
It's brilliant.
I will. I will. Yeah. Well, that's a good recommendation. Get a fucking life and get laid, for God's sake. Philip, your recommendation.
I mean, it came
So
out in
my
like 2000.
recommendation is going to date me. Okay. I am a music file. I do enjoy. I'm a big fan of old Def Jam and Def Jam records. If I had to choose an individual song, I can go all the way back to LL Cool J, but I think I'm going to go to the number one most sellingest hip hop group on Def Jam records, and that was the Beastie Boys. Because
Ooh.
30 years ago, as of May 31st, 30 years ago, Ill Communication dropped. And they are re-releasing 30 years later, they are re-releasing a triple vinyl album version of Ill Communication. And they're adding on like different B tracks, all this unreleased stuff. I mean, I know there's only 2 of the guys still surviving, but Ill Communication is a staple. And honestly, as a Star Trek, person though too, we've all gotten to hear Sabotage. And maybe it's not the most beloved, most recent versions, but it still was a hell of a moment when they were playing Sabotage, flying into everything. Beastie Boys are my jam. So I'm going to recommend everybody give a re-listen to Beastie Boys' Ill Communication album because it is transcendent.
That's
in
just
hip-hop.
something. It's really good. I'm happy. My recommendation is gonna be. I love this band in the 90s. He was a band that was always opening for other bands. They had one hit wonder, but they never stopped. They just keep going. He got the big hit. They released the song "It's Been a While." Stain is the band.
Stained,
Remember
yeah,
Stain?
hell yeah. I love
They
Stained.
just released a new single
Oh, they
2 days
Oh,
ago. It's called Better Days,
yeah.
and I'm really happy because that was a band that was always there. Doesn't matter, you were happy, you were drinking in college. At least in my time, I was drinking in college. I remember Marcy was that girl. I just arrived for college in America. I'm coming from Spain. My accent is thicker. I arrived 3 months before the basketball season started, right, to set up. They thought 3 months was enough. It's not. People in colleges, we need at least 6, 7 months to understand the coin, right?
hmm
So either way, I didn't have anything to do. I went to a propedeutic and they told me, see you here in 2 months, start practicing. I go like, what I'm gonna do? So I went and asked for a job, and I get this job in Mayor and Frank, the only real job I ever had in my life. I've been a
Oh, wow.
musician, a businessman, and that job, right? So I had that job as a salesperson in men clothing, and I remember in front of the on young men's was perfumes. So the hot girls are there, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I remember I went to Marcy. I don't remember her last name. I don't even know if she exists. And I look at her, and for me, she looked like Britney
We're not
Spears,
sure she
but
exists
brunette.
either, really.
No, she looked like Britney Spears for me, but brunette, right?
Yeah.
And I went and asked her out, and she said yes. We
Wow.
went out. We started actually dating. And for a Latino or an international to understand the concept of dating, we don't. You go out with the person, you become boyfriend or girlfriend, you meet the mom and dad, and then you start a relationship. You don't go out several times till your feelings are found. That's bullshit. You like it or not, fucking move on. Stop the bullshit. Anyway.
Yeah.
But then one day she told me that I was falling too fast for her and she needed to step back. And I remember getting drunk with my drummer in that time, Jojo the Monkey Man, and my guitar player Cookie. His name was Eric Martin. And I was getting drunk bad in college, right?
Mhm.
And I was listening to It's Been a While from Stain.
Oh yeah.
So that song got tattooed in my head.
It's been a while.
It's been a while since I've been.
Yeah.
So just for the record, they used to call me the Pearl Jam junkie in college. So me going out to Pearl Jam, right, to listen to something was really big. But
it's not exactly even flow.
Yeah,
exactly even flow.
So Better Days by Stan, listen to it. It's actually number 16 and climbing in the iHeart Radio rock radio. So it's a good song. It's a good song. Do we have other recommendations, Jake, or are we done?
We've got weird ones, obscure ones.
All right, go ahead. I got one that actually got a physical product to show for my weird recommendation.
Mine's gonna be lame, but honestly, once again, I recommend One Weekend at Horrorland, guys. Like, it's gonna be.
It's not lame. I was ready to say lame. I can't. They're sponsors.
No, because it's gonna be. It's not just
it's not
that.
Lame.
It's gonna be a really, really cool convention. Like, and it's gonna be the first of its kind. So
yeah,
like I said, the lowest donation tier is $20, and you get to watch the whole event if you can't make it. So
I want to say something. We always complain that events are not done, events that we like. Right now, everyone listening has the power to make it happen. It's not a big corporation saying, oh, you can come to this, follow the fucking shit. You have the power to do it. Donate $1, 20, 200, whatever the fuck you want. But don't wait till I get paid. Let's wait for the last day. Come on, this is America, not fucking Costa Rica. Let's not wait anymore, right? We're not communist motherfuckers. We're America, where dreams come true and we're capitalists. So fucking stop being Bernie Sanders and wait till your fucking pay. Just fucking go and donate some money. You got the power, just do it.
Well, because the money doesn't even come out of your account until July 30th, and that's only if the goal is met. So you can pledge anytime, and they don't take anything out of your account until the campaign is over, and that's if it meets its goal. So there's no reason to wait till payday. Like, you're good to go. So go do it now. Go. I mean, not now, but after the show.
I'll be right back.
I love it. I love it. Weird recommendation, Philip.
Weird, obscure.
I didn't know we had a weird recommendation, so I'm shooting from the hip right now. If you can't go find one of the Ghostbusters popcorn buckets.
What?
Lots of fun. Yeah, this was from the most recent Ghostbusters movie. It is a ghost trap that 100% can be taken apart, and you can just have the ghost trap itself. It's got wheels.
That's fucking awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's got this handy dandy dish that is 100% washable, and watertight. So you can have your pho in it. You can put popcorn in it. You can put M&Ms in it. You can put a steak dinner in it. You can eat anything you want to out of this ghost trap. And at any rate, and this got me 3 million views. So I'm happy with it too. So yeah, check it out.
So please just keep showing it. I just need 1 million views, so just keep showing it.
Maybe we'll get it. The ghost trap. Check it out.
He'll bring it to the event.
If we get 1 million views, I will buy 10 and give it to the fans.
There we go. Got to buy them on. You can find them on eBay still, I believe. But yeah.
So my weird recommendation is something that I was walking in the streets of Portland, and they were giving it for free. And my recommendation is not in the product itself. My recommendation
Jake's mom was there, or
no? Wait. No, they were giving it right and left.
Sorry,
they were giving it right and left. And probably my dirty mind is a dirty mind. Everybody knows that. That's what I get paid, to be dirty and sing death metal hardcore music. But they were giving this artifact called the damsel in the fence. I don't know if you guys can see it. You guys can see it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So my recommendation is for the marketing guy that make a little research before they spend money, because this is the product.
Oh.
Oh, I mean, it's to defend yourself if
Mhm.
somebody attacks you, but looks like an anal plug.
Yeah.
For God's
Oh, so
sake,
that's when you sweep the guy's leg and then you just shove it in his ass and then you run.
bro,
He's not
who
gonna
the
run after you.
fuck got that idea?
So
And it
what
says
that
damsel in defense.
so what that actually is, it's supposed to be something you hold in your
I got it.
No,
You
not
called
like
it
that.
like the
Not like
kids,
No,
no,
like
no.
this. You
or
hold
like
it like
this.
this.
Like an ice
Yeah,
pick.
but you can call it like I was gonna say like the kiss.
Oh, you
You know,
can.
a
You
lot of
wanna-
people
if you-
grab their kills.
But it would
Yeah,
but
fuck up your heel.
regardless,
if you want to
yeah,
if you
but
want to break
and
your
yeah, you can
knuckles,
break
yeah,
a
sure.
window. I get the concept, but my recommendation is to the marketing people of damsel in defense to think a little better before you say women defend yourself with an anal plug.
Well, it will
And protect the ass.
it will protect
I mean,
the
it would
ass.
stop me. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, some girl brings that out, I'm gonna be like, nope.
Nope.
No, but I'm
out.
serious, dude. They could just make something different. Come on, bro, please.
No, I get it.
Bro, please. So when I saw it, it's like, can I have one? And they're like, yeah, I go like this. You don't know what you just did. I'm gonna go YouTube viral with this. So yeah, damsel in defense is giving Anna plugs to defend yourselves. So this give me an idea for now on to avoid abortion. Toon Talk gonna get condoms. So that's my new thing. That when you it's gonna say TT2 TTO, and when you got an erection, it's gonna say Toon Talk 2.0. So
Jeez.
anyway, so thank you everyone to listen to my stupidity. Thank you, Philip Taylor, the king of nerds, for being here. It's been amazing. You're fucking awesome, dude. I can't wait for you to come back.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it. No, not at all. I am just a normal dude that gets to goof off with other cool guys. That's my happy
Indiana.
moment. That's
Shut
my
up,
happy
Indiana.
moment.
You're a big shed. Enjoy it because grateful. You need to be grateful to embrace greatness. So I love that.
Maybe I can see you at this this horror con in Cincinnati. You know,
I need to be there. I'm the lead singer of Again and Forever. We're gonna actually do a concert. Let me tell people really fast. Thank you for reminding me. That's why we're gonna launch our tour. I totally forgot to say that. My guitar player is in London. My drummer is in Costa Rica. My bass player in Brazil. They're playing with big names all around. Meanwhile, we do the album online. So we're gonna present the new album over there, and that's how we're gonna kick off our full tour. So this event, we're doing it because we like the horror genre. So we're not charging for this because I actually, as a fan, I want to be there. So the people that goes to the event, we're gonna give free T-shirts, vinyls, and everything. Really, I'm not kidding. 100% free. All the merchandise from us. The day that we present, we're gonna go for free to all the people there because that's how we're gonna launch our national tour. So you better be there because having the whole crew around the world and we're trying to bring our DJ. She's doing raves right now in South Africa. So right.
Wow.
I got a really weird crew, but they're fucking awesome. Thank you, Jake. You're good as always. You know I love you. You know that I'm just messing with you because you're all the way to Indiana and I'm brown and you're white, so you cannot say anything against me because that will be racist. But you know I love you.
English.
Fuck you.
I would say chinga tu madre, but I like your mother, so.
Yeah, there you go. My mom likes you too, but please, you're slow in the all of my money. Well, forget about it. Thank you for everything, both of you. You guys been amazing. Thank you for our followers. Please like and share. We're making a big thing now with the new company merging with Force and Corp. Hey, I like that. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. It just work. Yeah, I know. Sometimes it works. Anyway, yeah. Philip the King.
You gotta have the iOS. It's an Apple thing. You gotta do
that.
No.
I got the iOS. It happens, but whenever the fuck they want to see, I don't know. Anyway, thank you both.
Yours.
Yeah. He's the king of nerds. I'm just probably a Duke or a Archibald, whatever. I'm not the king.
Douche of nerds. That's where I like to live.
There you go. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care. Keep reading. Keep being nerd. Keep being weird. We love you. Peace out.
Enjoy
Base-
your damsel in distress or whatever. Damsel